Ha! Awkward.
Yeah, what about the awkward silence, Kyle?
Silencio.
You didn't want silence, so we're not being silent.
All righty, let's get this party started.
Hello there.
The Daniel from my nightmares.
Oh, I am the nightmare. Don't you worry about that, Chief.
Oh, man. Hey, it's Speed Week.
Speed Week.
I like that they still use the S.
When you went to the
It's
bathroom.
speed days.
When you went to the bathroom, that's what I told Norma. I was like, once Wednesday rolls around, we have something to watch every day.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Oh, I've been using Tubi for that, dude.
Tubi's been awesome.
It's honestly
I was
really
just
good.
randomly watching like New Hampshire races and stuff.
Yeah,
they were playing this week.
There was,
Yeah, I watched the New
that
Hampshire
one
one.
too. There was nothing
Slick
on
50, 400, whatever it
It was
was.
the second one ever, 94.
Second race ever?
Yeah, yeah. But I was watching. There was like nothing on TV, so I was like, I'll throw Tubi on. And there was just random stuff on it.
Oh, I have it in the background just constantly now.
Yeah.
I was
Why
watching
not?
it and Dale Earnhardt didn't win, and I was like, why was I even here?
Did you see the preview for that, was it Hometown?
You talked
whatever
about
show?
it. I didn't see the preview, but you had talked about it.
They
That's
did
what I said. That's when I said, what are they going to do for Loudon? Hey, look, it's the Rusty Lantern. Come get yourself a 30 rack and some mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, what's that place you like with the mozzarella sticks?
And
Shit all over the walls?
And that's it. That's all there is to do. Although
Talk about shenanigans?
I think
What's the Rusty Lantern?
the gas station around the corner by the dirt track.
It's right after the trombone on the left.
Never been there.
No, that's
I'll take
I
it.
went there as a kid.
well, it wasn't. They just redid it. It was like a Shell station.
Yeah.
Then it closed for like 2 years, and now it's the
I
Rusty
remember
Lantern.
when we were a kid, they had go-karts behind it.
Yep. And then, but that's where we go. I went there the last 2 years camping. Like, oh, we need ice, or oh, I need beer. Like, just because it's open 24 hours. You go down there at 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday night during Loudon weekend. There are some creatures, brother.
Yeah.
There's there's a cop there all weekend, like 24 hours a day. There's a cop station there.
Rightfully so.
But
Back
like,
then, you used to have to go get ice. Now, ice will come get you.
true. Oh,
Yeah.
They'll probably do Macris's, the lobster joint.
Whatever Rutledge was doing that one year, they need to do.
I don't remember what he did.
Remember, he went to like Elm Street in Manchester,
Oh, he did. Yeah,
and he was just walking around
That's
looking
weird.
at cars.
that's weird.
He was like,
So
he was
far
on
away.
Elm Street, and there was like somebody with like your truck. He's like, oh, brand new TRD Pro.
Yeah.
And he's like videoing it and stuff like that.
They'll
like,
probably
send him
show-
to, like a couple random bars.
They'll probably show Macris's because that's like I don't think they do anymore. But back in the day, like drivers used to go there all the time. And 2 years ago, when we were pulling the camper in, that was when both the front row haulers were just street parked on 106 outside of it because they were running to grab takeout to bring to the track.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah.
Somebody said they might go to the Lakes region. Like I could see them going to like Laconia. It's right there.
Yeah.
You know.
They might not do it every week, but it'd be cool if they
Same
did.
with Pocono. What are they gonna do with Pocono? Here's a tiny version of Pocono that kids race on, and a weed farm.
Yeah.
They're just at the Wawa.
They're just they're just smashing bottles behind Wawa.
Wiki Wawa.
All right. Ready to rock?
No,
Kyle,
I'm
could you
still
turn me
sharing
down a
stuff.
bit?
Hold on.
I'm mad loud, hella.
Hella loud? Is that hella better?
That's hella better.
All right.
I think I'm actually okay. Give it 5 minutes.
Yeah, I like to take mental note of when you say, I think that's good. And
It feels okay. Like, I don't know. And then I think once we get talking, that's when sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not. But I think we're good today.
we got a lot of liquid options.
Yeah, I'm feeling liquidy. Liquid assets, if you will.
Yeah. Yep. I like it. I like it. All right. What's up, everybody?
Still not ready.
Mason in the chat with Tubi is a godsend. It is. It, in fact, is.
Mason Eichhorn. Stranger danger.
Joe
dude.
about to go real fast and real left.
Watch out, Danica.
Fast and left.
You're going fast, turn left a little bit.
All righty. Okay.
Where is the there?
Good to go?
No.
You get the intro.
We got lightning fingers like you.
I'll leave that one
Have you
alone.
seen the reel of the guy? It's like an exhaust stud, and he's doing trying to get the nut on the exhaust. Where'd you learn to do that thing I like? Right here.
Okay. Okay, let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of the Lucis Fast Podcast, your podcast home for all things NASCAR and some things not. I'm Kyle Belcher and joined, as always, by Daniel Walker.
A minor.
Nice. And Norm Pelletier.
It's Rockeek.
What?
It's Rockeek.
Okay. On today's
You're not supposed to
episode,
have really obscure references.
today's episode, we will talk some NASCAR news, look ahead to the 2025 season as we are about to kick things off. We'll make some early predictions. Way too early predictions. But we'll do some questions, have some fun, and all that stuff. But before we get into that and everything that is this podcast you so dearly like for some reason, Dan, pay the bills.
Pay the bills. You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Still got the shakes?
Wearing
Brought to
them
you
off.
this week and every other week by the Revival Motoring Network, the Revival Motoring Podcast, and revivalmotoring.com/B4B. Norm, what is B4B?
Box of the boys.
Box for the boys. That is our PBS-style way of having you help us. Help us help you.
Help me help you.
My, how the turntables.
Da-da-da.
If you want to go to revivalmotoring.com/B4B, you can sign up for a monthly recurring donation, $2, $5, $10, or $20, or a combination of those to make a number you like. Helps keep the lights on in this joint, all that fun stuff. You can make a one-time donation. That would be at info@revivalmotoring.com. PayPal is also the home of Kyle's Race Day Challenge.
Yes, it is.
What is that?
If you donate the dollar amount that matches the driver's number you believe will win on Sunday and guess correctly, I'll send you a little something.
You may get your package by the 2027 season.
Good news is they're in the truck. I plan on dropping them off tomorrow.
Hear that, everybody?
And by tomorrow, I mean before I leave for Daytona at minimum.
Hear that, everybody?
Yeah.
So if you
like
don't
that.
have it by the 500,
Well, you're not going to get it by the 500, but I promise to drop it off before I leave for the 500 because I have to, because I got to pick up my parents. So the boxes are in the back seat, which forces me to do it before I go pick them up.
Good call. I like that.
Like that?
Kyle is still making do on promises from last season.
Well, they were in our room,
Mhm.
and I put them there to get them in my field of vision. And then when I was doing all the work on it this weekend, I actually put them in my truck.
There you
so,
go.
Good news.
Those are the ways you can monetarily help us. You can also help us by leaving reviews.
Reviews are fun. I like reviews. Those are good.
Reviews on Apple Podcast are our preferred way. I'm having a stroke over here.
You okay? You gave me a hard time, and karma hit you hard.
Apple Podcasts is the preferred way to leave a review because you can leave text reviews, which we have a new review on Apple Podcasts.
No way.
But there's no text.
Oh.
So it says we got another one. It was at 110. It's at 111 now, but there's no new review.
Oh,
So
okay.
lame.
Well, still
But
thank
I
you.
appreciate
Thank you.
You can leave 5 stars only on Spotify as well.
Yeah, they'll fix those buttons maybe eventually if you want to give some
it's been
constructive criticism. But until the comment section works, I think 5's the only one that works.
It's been like 3 years. Other ways you can help us out, too. I thought of this because we never really hype it up and we have little to no subscribers. Go subscribe to our YouTube.
Yeah, do that.
Join us in the live chat. If you are listening to this podcast on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, when we record
God forbid they're on Friday, though.
when we record on Monday
late.
nights, give or take around 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time,
Mm-hmm. The only time.
we go live on YouTube, and you can join us, watch this whole mess happen, and distract us with a live chat.
Yeah.
So go to
Some updates on that coming very, very soon.
go search the Lucis Fast Podcast on YouTube
Mhm.
and hit that subscribe button. YouTube will tell you when we're live, so if you forget, right around dinner time, so really annoy your family with it. That's what we really want.
Bring us to the dinner table.
What you making? What's your wife make?
Yeah.
Just tell her about us.
Ma! The meatloaf!
Tell your mother about us.
Like,
Say hi to
comment,
your mother
and
for us.
subscribe. Also, go to loosesfast.myshopify.com. Get yourself some merch for the season.
Yeah, that.
Upcoming.
It's happening. It's coming.
It is same. I already did.
I'm done.
Yep. It's been 5 minutes, so about 5 minutes ago.
Ricky Arden said, I'll be in Daytona this weekend. Just bring my box with you.
Oh, I could just do that.
He said, I'll have a better chance of getting it. You guys
Yeah,
are
but
gonna
it's
be
Ricky, so he'll probably just crumple it up and leave it in the grandstands.
You can't get over that, can you?
Yeah.
No, littering is bad.
I always leave my shit in the grandstands because
We cleaned up after him
Yeah.
because we're good people. Ricky.
I guess I'm a bad person.
Do you leave your shopping carts spewed around the parking lot too?
No, I actually put those. I'm one of the few people that I feel like puts them
Yeah.
back in the thing.
Yeah.
Because I make a game
I
out
feel
of
like every time I put it back, and it's every time, I
Same.
feel like I'm just like, you seeing this?
it. Same.
You seeing this?
How do you feel about leaving your stuff in the movie theater?
I don't go to the movies enough.
I mean,
throw that away because you walk out, buy a trash can.
Right.
yeah, I carry all my stuff out. Obviously, there's popcorn spewed about.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's going to happen.
My thing with the shopping cart is I always put it away because I like to make a game out of it, like bowling. I want to see how far away I can toss it and see if it aligns with.
Oh,
the
yeah.
cart.
I get scared doing that, though.
I don't
because
do it
those
too
things
far.
are so jank.
I don't do
And I'm
it.
like, this thing's just going to hook and hit that Cayman that I didn't see a second ago.
No, I don't do it from too far away, but I
Yeah.
like to see if I can get it to slot itself into another cart.
Yeah,
And
I'm
when
with
it
you there.
happens, it's like,
I went
So
to
satisfying.
Market Basket on Sunday, and I had to walk my cart back. And as I'm putting my stuff in my truck, the kid walks by with a line of carts, and I was just like,
oh, that's
I'm
the
not
worst.
gonna like make him sit here and watch me unload the rest of this,
Yeah.
but like at the same time, 2 minutes after he walks away, I'm now putting this in
Yep.
the empty corral.
I've done that.
I was
feel
like,
so
the
bad.
timing. Was
Did you
so
bring it
bad.
all the way up?
Yeah.
You're a saint.
Well, I brought it to the corral. I
The
didn't
market
bring it
basket
into
by
the
my
building.
house is
Yeah.
rough because, I mean, I remember when cart corrals felt like they were in every other damn parking spot. The one by my house, you have the store. There's cart corrals in the middle of the parking lot, and that's it.
Yeah.
And we always end up in the middle of both options. So I'm like, which way?
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, let's keep rolling here. We got no callbacks really. I mean, we did TV ratings last year. We kind of decided that we're probably
We're gonna
not
skip
going to
that.
do that. We'll touch on it maybe here and there in the news if it's worth mentioning.
Like,
the
I'm sure we'll talk about Daytona. Or,
Yeah, the Clash did get just over 3 million viewers, which is decently solid, I guess. Coliseum was over 4 when it kind of launched, so not the
Yeah.
greatest, but they also didn't do a very good job promoting this. I didn't see
did
a single Clash ad.
So I wanted to bring that up, I think, last week, but I forgot. Leading the first year of the Coliseum, we couldn't get away from the Clash ads. They were everywhere.
I didn't see a single
I
one.
didn't see a single one about Bowman Gray.
Yeah.
Like watching playoff football games on Fox leading up to the Clash. Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
A
nothing.
lot of Daytona ones.
Yeah, but it was the same crappy commercial we've had for 3 weeks.
Right. I didn't say it was any good, but we
Yeah.
still had them, still
Fox
exist.
is using
so
all
not
of its
terrible.
production power for IndyCar.
Yeah, they had that pop-up display thing though during the Super Bowl, which is
Saw
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah.
But why don't do you want to do our race picks along with our playoff picks? Do them all together?
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah. So we'll start with the Some Things Not segment of this show, in which we call Off Track. What do you got, Norm? Anything special?
We got a pretty good amount of snow this weekend, which is really exciting. We had a couple snowstorms in the same week.
It seems like we're getting more
we
coming
ha-
too.
We haven't seen in
Mhm.
years. I feel like I was getting like pop-up Facebook memories of like 2013, 2014 of like my car in my driveway and the snowbanks above the roof.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, how long has it been since I've had like visibility issues pulling out of my driveway?
Even
The
since
snow-
we've had like a foot sitting
Yeah.
there, you know?
Like I'm
It's
like
been a
I feel
while.
like when I was a kid, dude, the snow would be like to the roof.
Yeah.
And we just haven't been getting hit hard with winters.
We've
dude.
had a lot. I was talking to Steph about this yesterday. The last couple of years, we've gotten snowstorms, and then it's 60 and raining 3 days
yeah,
later.
yeah, that's my
And it
point.
goes
Like
away.
the staying power of a foot, maybe two, it hasn't
This
happened
is
in
the
years.
first year in a long time. I'm now, I have to push snowbanks I've already made back a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like when I plowed yesterday, I had to like push some back because I'm like, shit, we got more coming. I'm gonna run out of room here.
Yeah.
So,
You
this is
know.
like the first time all year we've actually had like a semi-base layer at my house of snow.
Yep.
Because I've wanted to take my sled out and like run it around a little bit, make sure it still runs and shit like that, and just kind of clean it out. And I'm always afraid to like we'll get like 4 inches here, 5 inches here. Like you said, it melts in 2 days, but then there's no base, and my sled's just gonna eat right through that and
Yep.
kill the yard.
Yep.
And I don't want to do that. So I was like, this is the first time that there's actually been like an ice layer underneath the snow. So I was like, all right, screw it. Pulled my sled out, kind of washed it down with snow because it was freaking disgusting dirty.
Yep.
So I'm just like sitting there with a towel, like scooping up snow. just like rubbing my snowmobile with it. Like, don't look so ugly. Like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
But I ripped that around the yard a little bit. I mean, obviously, it's way too much sled for a yard. So it was just putzing around for like 20, 30 minutes. Somehow got like arm pumped just from doing that. Realized that snowmobiling is going to suck and be hard.
Yep.
As soon as I go out, because I'm rusty and I haven't really ridden my snowmobile in 2 years. That's about all I did.
Nice. Nice. Get the old sled out there. See if you
Yep.
still got it. What do you got, Dan?
Time for an old school off track where I actually have things to talk about.
Okay.
He took a short one, so I'm taking his time. Almost
Nope, that's not how it works.
almost burned a Mavis down on Saturday.
Okay, I'm in.
You in now?
Yeah.
Man, they already fired him, dude. You don't
This
need
is
to
gonna
take
be
your-
a boomer-
your-
this is gonna be a
your
boomer
anger
rant.
out on them.
It's gonna be
Okay.
a boomer rant about the youths.
Oh boy.
So when I put
Start to skip 30s, people.
when I put snows on the GTI last year, they were already chopped. They've gotten worse, and I was
You still got the same
snow-
ones?
Not anymore, but we're getting there.
Oh.
We got snow middle of the week last week, and it started at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
My office called all the job sites and was like, fuck it, send everybody home. Like, it's going to be shitty out. We don't want anybody wrecking on the way home. My ride home was not fun. I was like, oh, okay, these are chopped. I didn't realize they were this bad. Like, they were not great in the snow. I've barely driven in the snow. We haven't gotten any snow.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered just some cheapy new ones. I was like, whatever. Just it's already February. Just give me like I got like I don't even know what the hell they are. There's something with an A. I don't know, some Chinese tire brand. I don't know what
Like
the hell.
Achilles?
Not Achilles. Worse than that.
Mm.
They're on Amazon.
Is it called just like A tire?
No, it's maybe it is Achilles.
That's the only A company I can think
It's the only
of.
one I can think of, yeah.
It's not like a known. Although I think I have them on the Cabrio because they were cheap again with the cheap and they were the size I needed. Whatever. So I ordered them on eBay because it was like 2-day shipping. I was like, hell yeah, they were cheaper than Amazon, so which was weird. So I was like, sick. So they showed up Saturday, like early. I don't know, like noon or so. So I looked at Mavis, and they have online booking, and there's one on Amherst Street in Nashua. So I was like, all right, I know that if I call a shop, they're going to say, no, we're slammed because it's Saturday and they don't want to do it. But if I go in and just make an appointment, suck it. Make an appointment for like 2:30. Get in the car, go in. They're open until 5. I'm like, that's plenty of time. If they have it and if they have the appointment open, then they're not like slammed. So I'm like, all right, hop in the car, start driving down there. I get a phone call from the place. Instantly starts with I could tell the kids trying to like say they can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So are the tires brand new? Because we can't put. I'm like, yep, they're brand new, still in the pack, still in the wrapper, still got stickers on them. They just got dropped off. Oh, okay. What kind of car is it? 2016 GTI. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we can do that. Is it really, really low? Nope. It's on lowering springs, but it's not that low. Oh, well, we're gonna have to see if we can do it when you get here, but we'll see what happens. And I'm like, I can already feel it coming. I can feel it. Pull in, get there. There is nobody there. There's one car in the shop. There's 6 people standing around. They pull the car in. Within 6 minutes, they're, is Dan in here? I'm like, here we go. So they got the lift arm under it, but the way that their lift is set up, which I saw it, I did see this. This is true, but I've never seen a lift like this. The foot is like a U.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't have the pad to go in the middle of it. It's set up to like go on a frame rail.
Right.
So when they tried to put it up, it wasn't catching it wasn't catching the pinch rail, it was catching the rocker, like side skirt thing.
Right.
So they're like, we can't lift it by that because it'll just rip the side skirt off. I'm like, all right, understandable completely. Then the kid starts rattling through the excuse train. We could put it on the alignment rack, but that's looking like it's going to get pretty busy here pretty soon. And I'm like,
Okay.
it's me and one other dude, and they close in an hour and a half. What, are you going to get flooded with alignments at 4 p.m. on a Saturday? Okay, whatever. That's fine. Now for the fun one. He goes, we could jack it up and do like 1 quarter at a time, but if we do that, we're going to be here till like 8 p.m.
Yep.
It is 3 o'clock. There are 5 people standing around looking at their phones and talking to each other.
I will pit crew this in 15 minutes.
He's like, when he said that, I'm like, you're telling me it's going to take you 5 hours to jack my car up with a floor jack 1 corner at a time, take the wheel off, change tire, balance it, put it back on the car, and then do that 4 times?
You could use 1 floor jack and do 2 at a time.
I gave them at most on the high end 20 to 25 minutes a corner. That's what I'm thinking it would be. And that's because the place is dead. Obviously, if they're waiting for a machine or whatever, like I've done tires, I've worked in a shop. I know Some days are crazy. This was the opposite of crazy.
Yeah.
There was one car in there. So the kid's like, and I know what that is. That's the old, we don't want to do it. So we think you don't know what's going on. So we're going to give you some outrageous quote. And you're going to be like, I can't stay here till 8 o'clock. I was like, I wasn't in the mood. I was pissed, but I was like, whatever, fine. So the kid goes to get my car out. And the other guy that was in the showroom looks at me and he's like, oh, I see they're still making excuses for other people too. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, I've been here since noon for an oil change and a tire rotation. It was 3 o'clock.
Jesus.
He was the only car in the shop. They were making up, I think it had a cartridge filter. And for what it sounded like, someone broke that little plastic like nut, like where you put the socket on. So they're like, well, we can't get the housing off. So they were making up all these excuses. And it was a bunch of young kids. You could tell they just, like, it was Saturday. They didn't want to be there. So they didn't want to do anything. They're probably getting paid hourly.
Yeah, of course.
I was pissed. So the kid comes back in, gives me my keys. I didn't say it directly to him, but I said it to the other guy. And I made sure the kid heard it. I was like, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. It's ridiculous. And I just walked out. So I'm pissed at this point because I wanted to get the tires on. It was supposed to snow that night. And I'm like, I look at my phone. There's a Firestone like 2 buildings over that's open till 6. It's like, this is a long shot. It's a Saturday afternoon. They're going to be slammed. Nope. In and out in an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's where I would
There
have
you
told
go.
you to go. I worked there for 4 years.
Yep. In and out. Guy was like, yeah, no problem. He's like, we can do that. No problem. I
Who
had
did
to
your
wait.
car? Was it Topher?
I have no idea. It was some older dude. Kind of like maybe younger than my dad, but not.
Like wispy blonde hair?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's my boy Jay, dude.
I
He's
think
the man.
so. Yeah, he was awesome. Like,
Dude, he rides like a Hayabusa as his daily.
Hell
ride in the
yeah.
summer. He's this tiny little like country boy from
he
like
looks.
East Bumfuck, Maine. He's
He
like
looked like he was
barely
from
can
Maine.
talk. Sweetest guy ever. Just like when he started working there, he had like a little Sentra or something like that when I was there back in like 2014. And like one day he just shows up on like a CBR 600. Like, wow, Jay goes, oh, I've had bikes for a long time. I've starting to make a little bit of money. I'm going to go buy a bike. And then his son turns 17, 18, whatever. And his son takes his CBR and he goes out and buys like 1,000 or something.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, Jay. And like every time I still go there for my stuff. When I
Yeah.
need to get tires done, I go to that
I
Firestone.
I fully expected to walk in there because there was a bunch of cars in the parking lot. There was like 3 people in the waiting room. There was every lift had a car on it. And the guy was like, yeah, that's no problem. Like, my car didn't even
Wow, good customer service.
my
What a
car
shocker.
didn't even come in right away. Like, I sat there for like 45 minutes before my car even came in, but then it was another 40 minutes. My car was done. I was like,
They're the reason that Denny doesn't get a sponsorship
dude, I
anymore
was
because
so
they can't
pissed.
afford
Like,
it.
It was just like and I was talking to Steph about it, and she goes, that's what it is like they think that most people would hear like these excuses and be like, they don't know anything about
Well,
cars.
it's true. 'Cause most people don't.
Yeah. So I just got fed the line of excuses, and I really wanted to lay into them, but then at that point, I was like,
What's the point?
I don't want these kids touching anything because now if I force my way in there, they're going to do a shit job.
Right.
I'm going to have hammer-on weights on my wheels. They're going to be like, there's going to be 10 ounces on one side.
Just
like,
not worth it.
I was like, it ain't worth it.
when
So
I was
that-
looking
Well,
for a
you
job
got it done.
last year, I went to that Firestone. I was like, just make me your service manager.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So that
Take me
pissed me
back
off.
and make me the manager. I'll run this place. Probably not in the ground, but
Yeah. So now it's nice. I can actually like hear myself think in the car again because it just all winter long. It's just been. I mean, those things were so chopped. Like I would pull up to a light and I could feel the resistance on the road. Like if I was in neutral, it felt like regenerative braking. Like
it
the
just
car,
like falls into the flat spot of
it
the
was
tires.
falling
Like,
into the. If you were sitting in traffic and you rolled slightly, I could feel the car going.
Oh, yeah.
And
I got mud terrains on this
and like
thing.
I said, like I would be coming to a stop, and it felt like I was in like a Tesla with the regenerative braking because it was slowing down. When I left Firestone with the new tires on, I was coming up to a light. I was like, "Oh, it's still rolling! Like this is great."
yeah, I don't get bougie about a lot of stuff, but tires.
Same.
I've never cheaped out with tires.
I mean,
definitely.
I cheaped out on the snows because it's just they had good reviews, and I've had good luck with that brand on whatever I have on the Cabrio. I'll have to look it up after, but they were like under $300 for 4 of them.
That's not bad.
I was like, I'm not spending $200 a tire on fucking Blizzaks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And then, like Norm said, we got some snow. We got a little bit of snow last week. Then we got a good freaking, I think we got like 8-9 inches at the house
Yeah.
on Saturday night. So we decided to finally stop being lazy and actually go ride our goddamn snowboards.
Nice.
Reignited it. Amazing day. Had such a fun day. It was like the best snow we've ridden in years for the first day. Ended up riding most of the day, pretty much all day. I thought we'd be dead, but I felt great for some reason. Kind of like Norm said, when you don't do it for a while, like you lose you get tired real quick. But I was like, I feel fucking great. I was having a great day yesterday. So yeah, hopefully that fire has been reignited. We're supposed to get more snow this week.
Yeah, a couple times too.
Thursday.
Bring it on, Mother Nature.
They're talking Thursday. Then we could get a big one this weekend. I mean, you'll be gone, but they're talking a pretty good. I mean, at least up by us. I don't know about you, but
yeah, they're saying a lot by us.
They're
too.
saying a good amount. It's been weird this year. All the storms have been south. Like this is why we were like, screw it, let's go snowboarding, because years past we've been holding out for like going to golf by your house and shit. They got 5 to 8 inches the other night too. Like we're done. That's not happening till spring. Like there's no options anymore. To do anything.
For sure.
So yeah, it's been nice. It was nice to actually do something this weekend, because it was Friday night was rough, because I was like, I'm looking at another weekend of doing nothing. So I'm very happy to have done something.
Yeah, nice. For me, I was away all last week. Obviously, we zoomed in for the show last week. I was away for a conference for work, so I was down in Orlando for a few days, which was nice to be in the warmth, I guess, even though I really didn't see much of it.
You saw enough of it.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the conference from like between 10 and 14 hours a day.
I was going to say, didn't you have like a 7 to 7 day?
Yep. Every day was at minimum 7:30 start. Well, latest was like a 7:30 start.
Just sleep the whole time, right?
Yeah, sure.
No one's looking at you.
And
did you hear that music?
Yeah, the latest finish for conference stuff was 10:30 p.m. So
holy shit.
Some long days for sure.
Kyle's texting us at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a full-on rave in the friggin' conference.
Yeah, it was wild intros. So
did you learn anything you could apply to your job?
Oh, tons. Let me tell you.
But then you had said, like, one of the days you're like, I'm going outside for lunch. And he's like, all those people could just stay in that windowless room. I need sunshine.
Yeah, everyone was like, oh, we got a table for the team. I'm like, no.
I'm going
outside.
Yeah.
Well, we're all sitting in here. Well, good luck. There's no windows in here, and it's snowing in Boston, so I'm going to go sit my ass outside.
I would have done the same thing, because normally for those style events, the little that I've done of that, they give like package lunch. Like
that was all catering, which was nice.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Right.
But I made my plate right out the door.
Yeah, normally it's like I've always done like they always like have like little Panera boxes, like Panera
usually,
boxes.
Yeah.
And you can just grab one of those and dip.
That's the thing. If there's an option for me to be
Yeah.
outside in January or in February,
I'm going outside.
I'm going outside.
I was outside
Up
every
here,
single second.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, if
I'll
you were-
stay inside.
yeah, if
then.
you
You go
very
in
much.
like for breakfast, and they had this massive room with tables, and it was nice. Food was solid, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna go sit on the wall or on the curb outside by my damn self if I have to, because it's nice outside.
Same thing.
So,
Yeah.
nice to get a little bit of warmth. But got back for the weekend, just played catch up on other stuff.
You also played catch, and
special.
Bodie can't catch.
Yeah, my dog can't catch snowballs. He also is a little weary of them, so I
That
think it's more
picture
him.
was the greatest, because he is so focused on it, and you know that in 4 feet it's not going to hit him.
Yeah, he just changed his mind. He just
I
punches him with
tried
his
the
hand.
same thing with my mom's dog yesterday. Golden Retriever. Figured retrieving's part of the job description. Nope.
You guys should see the snowbanks at my house. They're about yay tall. And after yesterday, after I plowed, they are now full of U shapes, because Frankie just clears them, but his undercarriage catches the top of them. So there's all these little cutouts from him. Today he jumped. I watched him. He timed it wrong. He jumped too early, and it was just all chest right through the top of the snowbank. I was like, "Ooh, buddy, almost got it. Almost got it there."
But yeah, that's about that.
And you're leaving. You're going to Daytona.
Yep, flew home on Friday, and now I'm flying back to the same exact airport on Friday.
You guys going to Orlando?
Yeah, flying into Orlando, grabbing the rental, and then driving to Daytona.
We did it last year. It's an hour drive. It's nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad. There were no direct flights to Daytona this year from Boston.
It's just fa-dunk.
Well, and it's I-4, so it's like pray for your life. Like,
Yeah, it's going to be a racetrack
it's a
all the
race.
way out there.
Remember
so
last year I was
it'd be
doing
nice.
110 and we were still getting passed?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, I feel like I'm flowing with traffic. How fast am I? Oh, God.
You're getting passed by cars that haven't been looked at by a mechanic since they were bought new in 1997.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good thing no inspection's a good idea. But yeah, we'll do race picks and
we'll-
playoff picks all
Wait.
together on our
Aren't
main
you gonna
topic.
give us your presents?
Yeah. What'd you get us in Florida?
No, nothing. Because I went over to, I actually wanted to get you something in Harry Potter World just because it was Harry Potter World. Every single one of the merch things were closed.
Well, because you guys were there after hours.
Yeah,
so,
we had I'll give you this. We had the Harry Potter World and the Jurassic World blocked off for us one night, which was sick. We had 2 hours there. Not enough time by any means, but I got to ride
2
the
hours
Velocicoaster 6 times,
I
which
hate
was
you.
awesome.
That is
That's enough time.
That is my absolute favorite ride.
Oh,
of
it's
all
the greatest
time.
roller
It is
coaster of all time.
Such a good time.
Yeah, if you haven't been, do it.
I've never.
Breaking news.
The news. Since I've never ridden a motorcycle, but I feel like that's what it feels like. That like acceleration and just getting thrown
for sure.
back. Yeah.
Not a ton of news to talk about. Kind of the calm before the storm for the most part, but we had a couple things that are worth talking about. Xfinity. Big news this week. Xfinity will no longer be the premier partner, if you will, of the Xfinity Series at the end of the 2025 season.
Bush.
Good. Maybe my bill will go down.
They're actually adding to their overall partnership with NASCAR, but it will be more across all three series. And they also implemented the new Xfinity Fastest Lap, which we will get to. But we'll talk about the Xfinity Series ending at the end of this year. I kind of understand the backing off of the Xfinity Series, given that they're full-time on the CW. CW was it Nexstar Media, something like that.
Not be able to watch any races this year.
Yeah, I think it's Nexstar Media Company, whatever. It's basically a competition for Xfinity, if you will. So they kind of backed off because of the full CW partnership, I believe, which is understandable. But this obviously opens the door for another premier partner to step in and take over. And, of course, everyone goes right back to Bush.
I mean, that's all I saw within minutes of this announcement was like, hey, Bush, what you doing?
Yeah.
What are you guys up to?
I mean, they're still obviously a major partner of the sport.
Yep.
They're, the official beer of NASCAR or whatever the hell they call themselves.
They're one of the four whatever premier
partners.
Right. We lost Geico this year.
Right.
Which is weird. I know we didn't talk about it, but did you catch that at the Rolex, how they haven't fixed that yet?
It's still there, yeah.
Well, no, it was gone. But there's now, that was in the middle, like if right by the road course, turn one, heading into turn one on the big track.
Mm-hmm.
They had all the sponsors there. It says like NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity, Bush, Geico. What was the other one? What's the fourth one? There was four of them.
Bush?
No, I said
Geico, Xfinity, Coca-Cola.
maybe it was something like that. But the Geico was just like painted over.
Yep.
I wonder what the restart zone is going to be called. We should sponsor it.
The loose restart zone, because that's kind of how we enforce those rules. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it'd be awesome to see the Busch Series come back. Craftsman, Busch, and the Cup Series.
Dude, I'd lose it.
That would be
phenomenal.
Sick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a perfect opportunity for them to do it. They're obviously a massive partner of the sport. I will completely sacrifice the Trackhouse sponsorship and lose the Busch car to get the Busch Series.
Yeah, agreed.
For sure. I mean, having Lowe's back with the Craftsman thing is sick. So it would be perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Craftsman is at Lowe's now. You're right.
They're owned by Lowe's.
I always forget about that.
Yeah. They just bought the name effectively.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think it seems like sad news on the face value of it, but they're actually expanding their partnership.
Yes.
Which kind of skis and segue into the fastest lap thing. So they announced this week that effectively a new rule. Every points paying race will have the Xfinity fastest lap. They were already doing that, like partnering it, sponsoring it. Oh, here's the fast lap, but it didn't mean anything really.
It was just a cool graphic to play during the broadcast.
Yeah. Now the fastest lap of the race will be awarded 1 point. Doesn't seem like much. It's like, oh, cool, a point. You get 10 for a stage. But how many times when it comes down to a cutoff, whether it be regular season cutoff or playoff cutoff to the next round, how many times has it come down to that +1, dead even, -1 type situation?
Yep.
Whereas if you picked up 2 fastest laps, even at a lucky place like Talladega or Daytona, that could make a difference.
Oh, and think about when we get to the playoffs. Let's say at a Roval, someone's a point out or whatever. Slap some tires on that last caution and go get a fucking heater.
Yeah.
Put a heater down.
Right.
I love it.
You could play it into the strategy. It's a good point.
Or, I love it. I mean, I saw a lot of old heads kind of poo-pooing it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I understand some people's gripe that they don't want sponsors kind of depicting how the game is played, if you will. But, I mean, look at Nextel. Like, the whole chase for the cup thing. This has always really been a lot of them.
These things have always been sponsored. Junior was talking on a podcast a couple weeks ago about, like, the crew chief of the week or whatever prize, or there was all sorts of he said he got a couple of them. Was it the fastest lap that he has? Like, he said he has all the trophies in his garage still. It was sponsored by someone. The Coors Light Pole Award, the Busch Pole Award, everything has had a sponsor.
Of course
it
does.
Nothing. They could have done this without the sponsor and people still would have complained. And those same people are the type of people that would complain that we still don't give 5 points for leading a lap or 5 points for most laps.
Right, exactly.
It's the same thing.
So I think it's a good thing. I think it adds another element that could, pay dividends long term if you pick up a couple of those fastest laps along the way. You're down in the trenches because you got in a wreck early. Put on some tires, lay down a heater, and see if you can snag a point. Not a bad thing at all. Yeah. Pretty excited about it. So we'll see how it plays out this season. Little JGR news. Justin Bonsignor, who was originally slated for, I think, 4 races, maybe 5, is now going to be doing 9 races in the 19 Xfinity car, which is awesome for him. Starting at Daytona, he'll also do Homestead, Bristol, Rockingham, Pocono, Iowa, Bristol, Kansas, and Phoenix. So nice to see a guy get his shot, right?
Yeah, he broke out the old checkbook.
Somebody did. For sure. Speaking of shots, someone's getting a new shot. That would be Mr. Parker Kligerman, our boy PK. Awesome to see him back right after he left. He will be driving at Daytona, just announced today, for Big Machine Racing in the 75 truck with spiked all over it, just like before.
I don't think that's Big Machine Racing. That's like Henderson Racing or something, isn't it?
No, it's Big Machine.
Does the truck Big Machine or?
Yep.
Okay.
It's sponsored by Big Machine, sponsored by their spiked vodka.
Well, I got the email from Big Machine, so I'm going to go ahead and say it was Big Machine.
I thought it was Henderson Racing or whatever owns that truck that he's raced in the past.
I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
Yeah. We'll drive the number 75 Big Machine spiked coolers Chevrolet Silverado for Henderson Motorsports. So it's a Henderson truck, but it's backed by Big Machine, who owns spiked coolers.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Big Machine vodka spike coolers suit. What the? I'm so confused. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
Big
care.
Machine
PK's in.
Is the closest thing we have in modern day to like Wrangler Racing, Folgers Racing, back when the sponsors owned the teams.
Right.
Big Machine is literally, they're the ones who make those spiked coolers. So they're like a self-sponsored entity.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's definitely a confusing way for them to write that tweet.
Yeah.
I understand the confusion, but that's the 75 truck he used to race with Tide on it. Was it Tide?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
He won a race for them a couple years ago.
Was that the Portland race of Mid-Ohio?
Mid-Ohio. He always
Mid-Ohio.
does good.
That was, I think Mid-Ohio. Yeah. Because I think he's won I know he won 1 there.
Yeah, it must have been the Mid-Ohio. When it was like super rainy that day, right?
It's the reason why he got the Xfinity route.
Yeah.
Because he came out of his semi-retirement, started racing their truck races for them, which they're kind of like the Beard Motorsports of the truck series.
Yeah.
Like
Jared in the chat. I love how much Big Machine loves Parker. I love how much everyone loves Parker.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Parker?
Seriously. I have never once heard somebody be like, "Oh, I like that guy."
Who doesn't like Parker Kligerman? Who doesn't like SVG? And who doesn't like Carl Edwards?
Well, apparently Carl Edwards thinks everyone doesn't like
Matt
Carl Edwards.
Coldest take on the planet.
We'll get there.
Oh my God, I lost my shit.
Brad Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski's dad. Brad Keselowski's dad doesn't like Carl Edwards.
That was actually my next topic. So the NASCAR Hall of Fame induction just happened. Big shouts to the Tubi channel for actually having it on time when it was actually happening.
Like live?
Yeah.
I was 3 days later.
I was a little upset that they didn't have the pre-race. The red carpet. Pre-race.
Which
I'm excited. I'm excited.
It was
right?
live on Twitter or YouTube.
It was live on both of those, and
Yeah.
then it jumped over to Tubi, which I think they should have had the whole thing. But they're still. It's been a week.
That's what I said in our Discord, and my complaint was like, I wish they had the red carpet. Like they should have lined up their broadcast of stuff to have that, because it was the tail end of a race. I was watching it, which was fine, but yeah, like I said in the Discord, and Dan just said, they're still working out the kinks. They've only been live for a week.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. And I guess while we're on the topic, they also announced I think it was during the red carpet portion, that there's a new show that NASCAR is coming out with called, was it Home Track? No, Home Turn. Home Turn?
I don't know. You're the one that saw it.
I want to say it's NASCAR Home Turn.
Home Turn. What a terrible name.
Yeah, that's a terrible name.
Yeah, Home Turn. Yep. So Home Turn, the first one is going to be on Tuesday the 11th. So probably when you're listening to this, it's going to be today. They're going to premiere it on their YouTube for you to go see it. But effectively, it's all the things around the track. So this week, obviously being Daytona, It'll be highlighting Daytona Beach and the area surrounding the track,
they're
which
going to go to the start-finish line or whatever the last paved.
yeah,
segment
they'll
of
go
the
to North
track
Turn
is.
Restaurant.
They'll go
and
across the street. Yep.
probably the Daytona merch store and stuff like that. So I think it's a great
I'm
idea.
also seriously bummed that we didn't drive all the way up and down last year. Like, missed opportunity. I know it was jam-packed and crazy every time we were by the track.
Oh, like
And it
up
was
and down
raining.
International
Yeah.
Speedway Boulevard. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to as well, but we were just so
Because I was watching Cletus. They just did a drag and drive.
yes.
Tim is currently trying to talk me into doing one of those, which I'd be totally down for. And part of it was they drove down the entire road from the other end past the track. And
Yes.
the checkpoint was stop in front of Daytona,
Yep.
take a picture, and keep going.
There's a
or
lot of
whatever.
stuff, but that's the thing during race week. That's such a
Yeah.
mob scene, and
It's not as bad as you think.
well, it's not. But last year we were so all over the place. Like I look at Saturday, for example. We were like, it's going to be a washout. We're not even going to bother going to the track. And then we're at friggin' Universal at the Coca-Cola restaurant. And I'm like, hey, guys, they're drying the track. The Xfinity race might work.
Get the car.
And we literally, myself, Kyle, Norm, and my Stephanie, because your Steph stayed with Hamad and Lizzie.
Right.
We were like, let's go. And we got in the car and hauled ass
Yeah.
to Daytona just to pay $40 or whatever it was to park the car, walk out, and hit. Oh, they canceled it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we're waiting at the crosswalk, and we're like, well, we can see the merch trailer, so we're just going to pop in.
Yeah, we popped into the merch haulers. That was when the guy in the Byron one was and the Hendrick one almost killed us because he was trying to close
But
it.
that's also when I got my Lightning McQueen Crocs that I've wanted for years, so it
And-
was not a wasted trip.
And we got to talk to Corey for like 20 minutes.
Exactly.
But that was
Exactly.
that's how
that day?
Yeah, that was that Saturday.
Yeah. So
But
get,
that's the thing is
Yeah,
we were
'cause it was
so
after the truck
we were
race.
so crazy that whole weekend that I wanted to do that, but it was just a nut show.
yeah. Well,
Now that we've gone, I would go back and
but getting back on track, the show looks like it's going to be highlighting everything near the tracks. Not sure if they're going to do it weekly or if it's just going to be some of the bigger races, but either way.
I hope it's weekly.
I do too. I think it's a great way to showcase the towns, and it's a great way to, draw in fans, get people to travel to other places, check it out. Oh, that looks cool. That looks like it's a good
They
reason.
should highlight the 7-Eleven across the street that Corey had to do that poor Celsius meetup
That
at.
was the most backwoods ghetto 7-Eleven I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I think it's just a good way to get people to
No,
go to other
They
places
should
for
do
sure.
the what was that? Was that at Hooters? The monster party we walked into?
Yeah, that was next to Hooters.
Yep. That was wild. It was pouring rain.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that'll be cool. I want to see like some of the tracks we know are in the middle of nowhere. Like what are they going to do for Pocono, for Loudon? Bristol's in the middle of nowhere.
For
Like,
those ones, they could just do like happenings near the track, like what the town is doing close by. Like,
somebody
oh, there's a farmer's market on Saturday, the weekend of the race, or something
somebody
like
said
that.
it perfectly that for Loudon they'll probably just show Boston because New England.
Yeah,
but
that's-
at the same
yeah.
time, it's like they're going to obviously talk to drivers and media people that have been in the sport for years. So they're just going to get like, hey, what do you guys do when
Well,
you're down
that's-
here?
and-
they'll
Or
go to
they
those
could just do
places.
like what the events are happening
Yeah.
for the campers, like interview M80 when they go to Pocono.
Yeah.
And-
Ah!
There's going to be this random ARCA car at this Little Caesars in the strip mall. Let's go there.
They're going to interview M80 and it's going to be Cohan standing behind them.
yeah. But either way,
Hi.
I think it's
They're so back.
Hi.
I think it's a great concept. I think it's a very good thing that they're doing, both for the sport and, like
Oh,
diehard
100%.
fans that want to convince their wife or their husband or their significant other or whatever to go with them to a
Look,
different place.
Look, we
like,
could go hiking before the race. and then
Exactly.
You're not
See,
going
I
to go
told
hiking.
you there was a Kohl's near the track.
You're not going to go hiking, but you can use it as leverage to get there. But then once you get there, you're too busy and we can't go. Sorry, sweetie.
Look, there's a Target.
Sorry, I'm hungover.
but all right, we'll see how that shakes out. But I'm excited that they're starting to pump out some more content.
Yeah, I'm
new
excited.
stuff, new
I-
ideas.
I'm excited because when they announced it, there was really only that like one original show. Wasn't it like that daily show they were going to do? I forget
Yeah.
the name of it. And I was like, oh boy, what else are they going to fill time with? But
Yeah.
Well, they had a couple 2-3.
Yeah.
They had the pit crew guys show.
Yep.
Then
But
they
there's-
had the
there's
Skip
too
Flores
many-
show, and then they had their version of Race Hub.
Yep.
Just adding more like analysis type shows is not going to move the needle. You need different content that somehow ties back to it.
Yep.
And I think this is a perfect version.
Yep.
But yeah.
So what got us to that was the Hall of Fame.
Right. So the Hall of Fame induction was Friday night.
Somewhere around there.
Yep, Friday night. We got Carl Edwards, Ricky Rudd, and Ralph Moody inducted into the Hall of Fame. you guys watch most of it?
I did not.
I watched none of it.
The only thing I saw was I did watch most of Carl's interview. Someone posted the whole
I
thing.
saw the
on Twitter.
pictures of Ricky Rudd, dude. He's getting old, huh?
Yeah.
Which interview?
Like his speech.
Oh,
His-
speech. Yeah.
Sorry, speech. I said interview.
Well, they interviewed him on the red carpet. Like 3 people did. I wasn't criticizing you.
I meant the speech. Speech is what
Yeah.
I meant to say. I watched most of
MRN
it.
interviewed him, and then who was it? It wasn't Daniel Trotta. It was Alex Weaver was on there interviewing him for.
Saw, I think, a Bob Pockrass interview.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that were picking him off on red carpet, but yeah, great speech.
I
Great
watched
speech.
most of it. It was really, really long, so I just got sidetracked like halfway through it. But yeah, it
It
was
was 20 minutes.
buddy. It's a small hamster wheel up there. It can only stay
That's fair.
occupied for
That's
so
fair.
long.
Yeah, so that gets to the coldest take that I lost my mind over. Carl Edwards effectively said, "I'm very surprised that they would welcome me back." It's like, brother, we've been crying to have you back
He
for
doesn't
5
mean-
years.
He doesn't mean us. He means NASCAR.
Yeah, I think he means NASCAR in general
Obviously,
because of how
NASCAR.
he,
Yeah,
because of how he left under the circumstances that he left and years of like it never was official that he left because of what happened at Homestead that year, but
Right, but we don't know what happened behind closed doors.
Exactly.
He could have had some animated conversations with the higher ups.
he
at
could have went
NASCAR. We
nuclear
do
with
not
them.
know.
He could have went nuclear with them and was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm out."
Yeah.
Like, we don't know that. But yeah, I think I said it in the Discord. I think after he showed up to Darlington last year for that 75th thing and saw how excited people were to see him, I think a light bulb went off because think about before Darlington last year, how many times did we see Carl Edwards from that Homestead race to that Darlington race?
never.
Like once, maybe.
I think there was once that there was a candid video where he was in the background helping out during some storm.
Yes.
So
So
you're
that's
like, holy shit, he's alive.
yeah. And then since Darlington, we've seen him not all over the place, but a bunch of times.
At least a half dozen times.
At least. I mean, a bunch of times. And his name's in everybody's mouth, like the whole Larson wants Carl Edwards to practice his car at North Wilkesboro.
There's no way they get him to do it.
Oh, I hope they do.
I prayed everything is
I
holy that
feel
they
like
throw $1
there's
million
no
Did
dollars
you hear
at
his
him.
interview?
There's no way he can't do it at this
Did you hear his interview where he talked about he was like, I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but maybe I'll get in the sim and see if that's hope right there, sir. That's you.
Yeah.
He didn't shut it
I
down.
mean, look at him. He hasn't aged at all.
He, like I said,
Still
again,
a specimen.
Again, I said this in Discord. Carl Edwards and Casey Kane have found a fountain that they drink out of, and we need to find that
Yeah.
because both of them looks like it could be 2006.
We need Carl Edwards to race the Rockingham Xfinity race.
Oh my god, I'd love that.
With him and Casey Kane, dude, the nostalgia there.
Yeah.
But I feel like Carl Edwards, the way he was talking, is there's going to be almost no way they can talk him out of doing the practice. The one thing is, I feel like you're just going to give him practice kind of thing. Like,
I mean,
I feel like entice him with a little bit more. Like, all right,
if he
fill
wants
in
to,
for the whole race.
who
bud.
knows if he wants to?
Yeah.
Larson can sit this one out.
He might not want to.
Or practice both cars, and we're going to put you in an open car. Surprise.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
But I'd be super excited if that happened. I was always a Carl Edwards fan. I was very aware of when he left and the situation around why he left the sport. I was still in and around NASCAR at that point, paying very close attention. That was right around the exit of me for a couple years, not watching NASCAR.
Yeah.
So it was really devastating when he left. I was a big fan of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So super cool to see him back. Obviously, the attention he's gotten and the love he's felt from damn near everybody. And just like Junior talking to him and Junior talking about it on his podcast, like Carl Edwards is like, did Kyle Busch just get cheers?
Oh yes, yeah, that was so
Yeah,
funny.
Junior's like,
things have changed, buddy.
Yeah, bud, you've missed a lot.
I forgot about that. That was the moment.
That was the
of
best
such a big
statement.
moment.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think it was a good event overall. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like the awards. Like, you're going to get a couple pieces that you're like, I'm glad I saw this, but there's a lot of not that exciting stuff going
Well,
on.
and
it's
especially
not meant for the fans as much
Yeah.
as it is for the
especially
industry.
since I feel like the first handful of years was must watch because you were getting Jeff Gordon,
Well, it was the
Dale
big
Earnhardt. It
people.
was the big names. It was
Not
like
that Ricky Rudd and Carl Edwards aren't important to NASCAR.
agreed.
But back then it was like, oh shit, we're about to see Terry Labonte. We're
Like
about
the
to see
legend,
Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon. Like,
Yeah, the legends
Yeah.
of legends were getting inducted when it first opened, and the first handful of years, every year was just like a who's who of the history of the
Yeah.
sport. I agree with you. Not saying that Carl Edwards and Ricky Rudd aren't important, but now we're getting into like more recent guys, things like that.
Yeah. Now we're going to get into it's going to be interesting in the next look at 5 years. You got Harvick's going pretty soon.
Yep.
You got Truex, who's going to go pretty soon.
Yep.
Have they put Tony in yet? Tony Stewart?
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
He's
oh,
in,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. The only last bit of news that I have is they announced that Anthony Mackie, a.k.a. Papa Doc, a.k.a. the new Captain America, will be giving the command at the 500.
Saw that. Yep.
So, kudos to him, I guess. That's fine.
He's gonna have a big shoes to fill after The Rock last year.
The Rock was a big one, yeah.
That was sick. That was. I still have the video of it on my phone.
And if you're
because
Captain
of Jets.
America, it better be good.
Yeah, because of Jets. So that's why I still have the video of The Rock doing it on my phone, and it still gives me chills
Yeah,
listening
I like
to
the
it.
relevancy of it being Marvel.
Yep.
In like the movies coming out that week, so it'll be
Oh,
kind of
is
a
it?
big deal.
Oh,
Yeah, it comes
okay.
out like the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a big deal. I'm not in love with Anthony Mackie at this very moment. He's lost my love for a couple days, but
Well, what do you do?
decided-
Don't
he
get him
said
going.
some dumb shit that just angers me to my core.
Someone had
Oh, okay.
someone had an opinion, so Norm didn't like it.
That opinion at a bad time. But I love Marvel, so I will.
Wait, it
eventually
wasn't
see-
Norm's opinion?
No.
Oh,
It was
well,
a
fire
very
him.
cross opinion about just overall everything.
Oh, okay.
That
Well,
didn't need to be shared during a movie press release.
yeah. Yep.
It's like, talk about the goddamn movie. You got Harrison Ford in this freaking thing.
Like-
who's going to Hulk out and smash your face in? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Kind of a read the room kind of thing.
Yeah, it was
Like,
just
yeah.
like, ugh. But I love Anthony Mackie, so right now he's on my shit list. But I'm very excited for the Daytona 500. And like I said, very relevant. It's cool that we're getting big names to come
Yeah.
in.
A
And do the Grand Marshalling.
huge movie that's coming out that week, and
Yeah.
it's not like we're getting was it McConaughey did it one year, and it was like, what mothballs you pull him out of?
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't he busy filming 18 Super Bowl commercials? Like you couldn't.
Oh, my God.
He,
Right?
He
was in every fucking
he
commercial.
pulls up in a Lincoln. He's like, when I drive this, I feel like gentlemen should start their engines.
all right,
But then,
all right,
but then
all
the
right.
witch in my rearview mirror told me that I should turn left.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew, calm down.
I don't sleep.
He
I
was in
just dream.
every other Super Bowl commercial last night.
Uber Eats. They were kind of hitting all cylinders.
Uber Eats
though.
was good. That one was funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
those definitely
seal?
some good ones.
The friggin'
Baja
Mountain Dew.
Blast.
The
dude.
seal.
I've had seal stuck in my head all day.
You saw that one, right?
Yeah.
It was
I don't know how we
seal.
got on a tangent about Super Bowl commercials, but carry on.
Well, we're kind of in news, so this is relevant news. Yes, it is.
Stretch, but okay.
It happened last night. It's current events.
He stretched as a seal on a pile of
This is
rocks.
that one actually creeped me out. That was a weird one. Budweiser Clydesdales was great as usual.
What do you think of the Homes.com one?
Those ones were funny. I like the ones where you have one early and then it continues later.
Yeah.
Like there's another one. The only time I didn't like that was the year I brought it up last night. No one talked about it. Remember the year of the Tide commercials?
Yeah.
Every fucking commercial was a Tide commercial, but it started off as something completely different. And they're like, oh, joke's on you. It's a Tide commercial. It was like getting frustrating because you're all excited about a commercial. And then it's like, damn it,
Yeah.
it's another Tide commercial.
They,
Did we not get a Doritos commercial?
we
last
did. It
night?
was the
Yeah, we
alien
did.
one.
It was the alien. They're trying to abduct him.
The guy's sitting there eating Doritos, and it says like the news pops up, and it says something about a UFO, and he's like got UFO shit all over his room, and the light shines through, and it's him fighting them for his bag of Doritos.
Oh, all right.
And then
That was a good one.
and then it finally flies out of his hands, but it flies out so fast that it cuts the UFO in half.
Yeah.
We the Homes.com ones, we got the preview. We got the first snippet, and then the second snippet, and then the third
Bro,
snippet.
you guys got Morgan fucking Freeman.
Yeah. It took 6 hours before they showed us the full commercial.
Oh, was that the Morgan Freeman one where it's like you can't
Yeah,
say this is,
Homes.com is the best.com.
yeah, you can't
Yeah.
say that in a commercial, but it's like this is their loophole to saying it in a
Yeah,
commercial.
and the guy's like,
Yeah.
no.
That's our company
What if-
as well.
Oh, okay.
What if you say it like? What if she says it like Morgan Freeman? No.
Well, that's a huge
1,600
step up.
people at the conference erupted as soon as we saw Morgan Freeman.
Oh, dude, it was
That's
sick.
a huge step up from your last company's commercials.
Yeah.
The Car Gurus commercials were freaking rough.
What else was there? There was a
Where? I don't know. No idea what you're talking about.
Wasn't that the one with the horrible
No.
green
Was it
screen?
you ruined the joke of I work at
He works at
random
Avis.
places.
Well, you don't work there anymore, so who gives a heck?
Yeah, but it was still fun.
What else was there? There was actually
The Dodge Ram Glenn Powell commercial.
that was good.
Where
That,
he was pretty much just Lucius Malfoy the whole time.
Yeah.
I was cracking
he's
up.
reading his daughters, the three Goldilocks and the three. Or was it Goldilocks? The three
Is
bears.
Goldilocks and Three Bears?
Yeah, but he's telling it as in he's driving a Dodge Ram, and they're like it flashes back to reality, and the girl's like, "Dad, you're supposed to be reading about the
No,
bears,"
Uncle
and he's like,
Glenn, this doesn't have anything to do with
Uncle
the bears.
Glenn, this doesn't have anything to do with bears. Then it flashes back to the trucks. Like, oh, the bears were there. That was good.
I'm on like a huge Glenn Powell kick right now.
Yeah.
That dude can't miss with anything he does.
Yep. It was overall, I thought there weren't like I don't know. The commercials there was a lot of good ones, but I don't think anything was great.
The Bud Light.
The Bud Light one was phenomenal.
It sucks that like all the good commercials we've seen for weeks.
Well, my thing is a
Like-
lot of the companies have been releasing them on social media. I watched the Bud Light one and realized it was the Super Bowl commercial too late, and I was like, screw it, I'll just watch it. But then a bunch of other companies I've seen posting like on Facebook and stuff, like I'll get a sponsored ad and it's like, here's our Super Bowl ad, and it was like last Monday.
Like the Uber Eats ones, I've been seeing those for weeks.
Yeah.
Dunk Kings, I've seen a bunch of behind.
Oh
the
yeah,
scenes
Bill
stuff on
Belichick
those.
and his really way too young girlfriend being in the Dunk Kings commercial was phenomenal.
They had a Jay and Silent Bob were in one. I didn't see it on TV.
I missed that.
But they were in it for like a brief second, but they had a whole skit that I saw on Twitter.
One that I thought went a little under. Oh, what was it? The one that went a little under the radar. Oh, the Stella commercial with David Beckham and
Matt Damon.
And then at the end, he's like, "Is he like Matt Damon famous?" He's like, "No, more like Ben Affleck famous."
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah. Cool. Should we talk? Sorry.
I was going to say,
Carry on.
Joe really wants us to talk about the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to because he wants us to.
No, we've gone off enough.
No, it's
Nobody cares. It was
football
the worst.
happened. Who
One of
cares?
the worst Super Bowls in history because it was boring.
I enjoyed watching it.
It was a.
'Cause I didn't want to see them go three straight and then have a conversation. Is he better than Tom Brady? Well, he's not.
You could hear
That's
Tom
over.
Brady getting happier as that game went on.
Yeah,
Because
as
you
he
knew
should.
he was like, "Got you, bitch."
I'm not a football fan, but that did drive me to watch the highlights from the year the Patriots came back from 20 to 3.
I watch it every now and then because
Because it's just like it's like I like as a not football fan, we're like I'm at a football Super Bowl party, so I'm just gonna watch this game.
Yeah.
And everyone else who's like diehard Patriots fans at the time were like, screw this, I'm drinking in the kitchen. And I'm just like, I'm just watching the game, hanging out. And I'm like, oh shit, they're coming back. Like, you guys should get in here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was the diehard fan that day.
Game, so that comeback game, the Bruins against the Maple Leafs in 13, and then the Red Sox against the Yankees in 04. Those three events make me never shut sporting events off because anything could fucking happen.
100%.
Even when they were down, obviously there got to a point last night where when it was like 34-0, I was like, yeah, it's over. But I think when it was like 24-0, I was like, that's doable. Like that could happen, you know?
Yeah.
So
It was. I was just watching time. Like how much
That's what I
time
was
do they have
watching
to
too,
do this?
yeah.
So.
Congratulations, though, to everybody that is a Philly fan except Joe. I hope you.
Congrats to all the fans except for the people that have to fix everything that they probably
Bro,
broke.
I saw a video of what Philly looked like this morning.
Yeah, whether they won or lost, it was going to be devastating no matter what.
I don't understand what is the motivation. Although I did see a funny one of a guy trying to light fireworks off and the box tipped over.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, people are idiots no matter what.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was literally only rooting for the Eagles because of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Because I was like, I feel like this will just make a good episode, and they're obviously going to reference this at some point. So I'm like, all right, let's win for Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
All right, we can move on.
All righty. Daytona. Yeah.
Daytona.
Thank you. There it is.
Is that
Thanks,
what you,
Norm.
Is that what you wanted from me?
Yes.
Wanted something. So looking forward to Daytona. We have a couple things to do. We got our race picks to make. We obviously can't do our dual picks because we have to wait for qualifying before they set those lineups. So we will just do those together via text and just post the image on the old Instagram and Twitter. But we can pick for the race, which obviously is a big crapshoot.
Especially since
Fun
we've
fact,
seen
we
no
have
cars on
8
track.
active drivers that have won in the past.
Yep. We have no cars on track, so we haven't even have any idea who's going to be fast.
8 drivers, 11 wins in the field.
So what? Who's that? McDowell, working backwards. Stenhouse.
Well, Brad K
Let's see how
has
many you
what?
get.
Brad K has 2, doesn't he?
Brad K has
never-
0.
Brad K's never won the 500.
He's never won the 5. Oh, it's
No.
Talladega that he's won a
Yeah.
shit ton of times.
Stenhouse.
You got one?
Cindric. McDowell. Denny.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he's in the field. We don't know if he's in the field yet.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the maybes.
You're missing 2.
Oh, who am I missing?
Cindric? Did you say
I got
Cindric?
it. Yeah, I got the last like 3 or 4.
You're missing probably the most obvious one.
Kyle Busch?
Nope.
He's never won it.
No.
Man, you suck at this game. Who won it last, dipshit?
Oh, Byron. Duh. For some reason, I thought Stenhouse won it last year. Like I forget because we were there.
Yeah.
there's
Now
one
you're missing
more?
one more.
Oh, who are we missing? Recent or older?
He's a recent winner.
Logano. Yep.
Oh, you didn't say Logano?
I didn't say Logano. I forgot Logano. I honestly forgot that he ever won the 500.
Who has more than one?
Denny.
How many does Denny have?
3.
How many does the other person have? And who is it? Who
The
else
other-
has more than one that is an active driver?
I mean, Jimmy.
And he has
2.
Boom. Very good.
I wouldn't even call Jimmy an active driver.
He's an active driver. He's on the roster. So we got to look forward to making our race picks. So I guess I won for the Clash.
Yeah, go off
so
the Clash results.
I will go last. We'll have Dan go first because Dan finished last in the points last season. How's that sound?
Wait, no, go off Clash results.
Yeah, I want to go first.
Okay,
really
so Norm, you
care.
go first.
It's a crapshoot.
All right. I'm going to take Corey LaJoie's advice, and I'm going to pick Rowdy Bush.
That's a smart play.
Damn it.
I
No.
can't find you have to resend our race pick sheet because my email has apparently decided to lose that email.
Well, that one's now archived because I made a new one.
Oh, okay. So resend.
But the
that.
good news is you don't need that list because you have a wide open schedule.
I know. I just like. I'm a visual guy.
I just rebuilt the whole thing.
I know. We watched you do it last week.
No, I just did the rest of it
Oh, okay.
before we got on here. I did all the dates and all the
Yep,
races and
yep.
made our
Well,
lineups.
send
and
that
stuff.
to us so we can
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
All right. So you got old Shrub. You never heard him called that?
No?
When he first came up and Kurt was Kurt and he was a rookie or like younger. I remember people calling
No,
him
he's just
Shrub.
Lil Bush, dude.
Little Shrub.
Lil Bush.
All right. Man, this is wide open, isn't it?
Take the obvious one.
What's that?
I have no idea. I was just hoping it would help you.
Justin Allgaier?
No, he's locking in for the pole.
Oh, 100%. That car's going to be on the pole. 100%. All right. So I hate not knowing who's going to be quick. It really is just a throw it at the wall and hope for the best kind of thing, isn't it? Give me. Oh, we have to. Oh, God, we're actually picking for real, though, so can't.
This is real.
Yeah, okay. So now we can't burn a good one early. This could be a.
But you can burn one early.
I also want to note I just picked Kyle Busch to win, and I also don't have him making the playoffs in my playoff prediction. So win with an asterisk, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe he'll wreck somebody.
Yeah,
and
he
not make
Austin
the
Dillon's
playoffs.
it across
Yeah.
the line.
Oh, man. Give me.
All right. Question while you hurt
Yeah.
your brain. If we pick someone that doesn't make the show, do we get a repick?
No, because
No.
you guys didn't let
Okay.
me do that last year at the Clash when I picked Bell and he didn't make the Clash.
That's the Clash. That's not a free space.
No.
I
For
don't care.
Daytona, it's play it safe. It's an open car actually going to win.
Corey LaJoie's in an open car, okay?
Is Corey LaJoie going to
mean,
make the field?
No. Probably not,
Oh,
which makes me sad.
I still
know.
think he's going to make it.
I think he will.
I hope he does.
I think he races his way in because he's the GOAT.
Stop lollygagging. What do you got?
I'm not lollygagging. I'm thinking because
Dude, just fucking close your eyes and pick a number. It's Daytona.
I want to make sure I don't need him somewhere else. Give me Noah.
Oh, God damn it.
Did we just double fuck Kyle?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we did. By accident.
Jesus.
Oh, I just realized I'm going to have to find all new race pick pictures. Just pick.
Quit lollygagging.
I'm going to literally kill both of you today.
Please do
I
it.
already put you down for 0-1. Let's move on.
No.
Quit your lollygagging.
I'm actually going to murder both of you tonight.
I fucking dare you, bitch.
About fucking time, dude.
I don't have the balls. No balls.
Quit talking about it. Start being about it.
All shaft, no potatoes. Shh.
What?
Said you had no balls.
Give me Todd Gilliland.
34.
All right. I'm all right with that.
Lock it in.
It's locked, dude. I locked it for
Todd Gilliland, Noah Gregson, Kyle Busch.
He already made the graphic.
Norm's making it right now. Boom. So, as we mentioned, we'll bring out the free space wins
For the duels.
when we have those lineups. Now, we have to make our far too early playoff predictions. Dan, you going to start yours now?
No, I already did them.
Oh, you
I
did.
did them while you were
Proud of
doing news.
Norm.
How do you want to do it? Do you want to do full lists or?
Yeah. Run me down your list.
I mean, we could all just like bang off like the 8 we're going to have.
Just run it down.
So pretty much all of Hendrick, all of Joe Gibbs.
Okay, I'm going to type them down. So
Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Alex Bowman.
I probably could have just.
Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell.
So you're going all of Gibbs?
All of Gibbs, all of
Gibbs,
Hendrick.
Hamlin, Bell, Briscoe.
Okay. All of 2311.
Yep.
Busher and Keselowski.
Wait, you even got.
Oh, I'm sorry. No 35. No Riley Herbst.
I was gonna say you got Riley Herbst making it.
But rookie of the year. That's gonna be tough.
Oh, we had to do rookie of the year too. Shit,
That's not going to be tough.
that's not gonna be tough. Who is it?
It's SVG.
SVG versus Riley Herbst.
That's SVG all day.
Just bank on SVG winning a race before the playoffs.
The sad part is we can't have a battle this
frick.
year.
I don't have SVG in the playoffs.
Bubba, Reddick, Busher. You got Brad K?
Brad K,
Yep.
Christopher Busher,
Got it.
Chastain, and I think that's 16.
Nope. That's
Oh, no.
That's not even close.
All three Penske. Blaney, Logano, the Sin Man himself. I think Austin Cindric's going to be on a fucking mission this year.
I also always want to do an E with
I
Cindric.
yelled at you about that a couple weeks ago.
I do it every time.
Yeah, it's
just in my brain.
CINDR.
All right. So, Dan, I'm going to guess you got Larson, Elliott, Bowman, Byron.
Stop. Yep, I do have. I have all four Hendricks. Yep.
What do you have for Gibbs drivers?
Hamlin, Bell, and Briscoe.
No Gibbs, huh?
Probably going to get bit by that, but he had a rough year like the end of the year last year was rough, and he already started this year off by throwing a temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
I got a funny feeling he's in. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he rattles off fucking 3 wins and makes it to the round of 8. But
Talking about Tyson?
yeah, but I also he's on a downturn right now.
Yeah.
And that could last for a long time.
Yeah. Yep.
all
I
right.
don't disagree with that logic either.
Yeah.
He was still top 10ing him to death. So.
He'll probably make the playoffs, but I could also see a world where he doesn't.
Right.
Then I have SVG and Ross. I think Ross has a little bit of a comeback this year.
Mm-hmm.
See, I put Ross in, but I think he's going to get outperformed by both of his teammates this year.
I think he's going to get outperformed by SVG.
I think Suarez is going to be hot this year, too.
Maybe.
I think Suarez announces that he's out before the end of the season.
I could see that too.
I don't.
I think SVG is going to win multiple road course races and lock himself in easily.
Mm-hmm. You keep an eye on
have-
the chat. Seems like it's going off.
I have,
don't have it open.
Reddick and Bubba. I think Bubba's going to be on a little bit of a warpath this year. New dad energy.
Yep.
Got that BDE, big dad energy.
Jesus.
Somebody clip that and post it on Twitter and tag Bubba.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, just hearing him in the past couple weeks, it's like a different.
We say it every year, but this feels even more different than the different in the past.
It's a big change in his life. I
Yep.
think it is kind of centered him in a way that he's never been before. That you can't teach. You know,
Yep.
it's like
Yep.
just has to happen. I think this is a very good thing.
Yep, I agree.
I have very high hopes for him this year. Better
all
not
right,
prove me
so
wrong, you dickhead.
Yeah, Reddick and Bubba. All right. All of Penske, Logano, Blaney, Cindric. I'm with Norm that I think Cindric is going to have a breakout year. He had a lot of strong finishes last year.
Yeah.
He's almost kind of coming into his own a little bit. Would not be surprised if he has a very strong year. And Logano and Blaney are Logano and Blaney. They're probably going to be in.
Yeah.
One of them's going to win the fucking championship probably because Penske has this whole thing figured out.
Yep.
And then I have Keselowski and Busher. I think that's 16. I think I counted correctly.
Yep.
I went a little more conservative this year. I think the biggest things is who I left out.
I think ours matches.
Sick.
No, ours
it.
does not. What did I screw up? I like yours a lot. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what mine is. It's not. What is different? You have Bubba. Do I have? Yeah, I got Bubba. I don't have Cindric.
Okay.
I do have Gibbs. I have Gibbs. I have Kyle Busch.
Oh God.
I think he
don't-
pops off a win and makes it in. I don't think he's going to have a great season. I think at some point he's going to hit it, probably Vegas, something like that. I think he's going to pop off one and then be eliminated early, but I think he's going to pop one off early, and then they'll probably get caught cheating or something like that.
Yeah.
He's going to win Daytona in all the stages.
and then I take home the victory because I'm the only one that can actually get it. Sick.
Yeah, I don't care about the playoff picks, dude. I'm here for the race picks championship. That's it.
Yep. Looking to repeat. So our picks aren't too far off, but there's enough differences that it could deviate.
Wait, so you have Busch. Who else? Who do you have that I don't have?
Gibbs.
And you said you don't have Cindric.
Correct.
So who else are you missing?
I have Cindric and Kyle Busch. You
also have Gibbs, right?
I don't have Gibbs.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
I have Gibbs. Don't have Cindric. I have Kyle Busch. I don't have Brad K.
Oh, okay. That's the other one you're missing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are pretty similar.
Yeah.
And honestly, on those, I could see any of those swapping out.
Oh, 100%.
It's hard these last few years because it's not there. You have your like shoe-ins, but even then, we all pick Bowman. We all pick Chase. There's been years they haven't fucking made it.
Yeah. Who are you least confident in on your list?
Ooh, I like that.
For me, I'm least confident on Kyle Busch for
obvious reasons.
Not for him per se. I mean, the next gen car really has not, kind of been to his driving style, if you will. It hasn't really lined up very well. He hasn't had the greatest amount of success in the next gen car, but I also think it's also a team thing as well. They haven't brought a lot of speed at all, aside from like once at Richmond, and
that was because they were stealing secrets.
Stop blowing clouds in front of the camera. Jesus.
No, I'm doing it to bother you.
Kyle, look it up.
I'm doing it to bother you, and it's working.
That's probably my least confident, for sure.
I would say probably the bottom three on my list:
Cindric, Brad K, and Buescher.
Keselowski, and Cindric. I could see RFK having a hell of a year, but they had a good year last year, and they barely. I mean, Brad won one race,
squeaked in.
I don't think Brad's fallen off.
He's not. But what I'm saying is, I could see RFK either going out and not lighting the world on fire, but having a solid year with both cars in the top 6 in points. But I could also see both cars flirt with the cut line all year.
I could also see them tank.
They also have the third car.
Yep.
And seemingly a fourth car with Haas.
True.
Because they've been talking about that's pretty much
and they got Rick Ware too, which is like a half a car.
Like, it's not going to help anything though. What information is Cody going to hit? This car doesn't hit hard enough. The wall.
Oh my God!
Like, I think Haas and Cole are going to help out that organization.
If we ever get canceled, y'all know who did it.
I obviously think Ryan Preece is going to help out that organization. So I think Brad K and Chris Buescher are going to be easy. I'm worried about Chase Briscoe just because he's in such a good car, but he's just unproven.
When I was going through my list and I got
a lot of pressure.
I got to the Joe Gibbs cars, I had Hamlin and Bell locked in. Like, that's a given. Me leaving Gibbs out, that was a coin flip between him and Briscoe because I could see a lot of pressure coming with taking that 19 car over. Yes, it's going to be a great car. It's going to be a fast car, but he's now got to show that he's got the skill. No longer is the excuse of like, I'm on Stuart Haas and they suck. Like,
right.
Yeah, but that little run he went on last year.
True.
For being in Stuart Haas.
I think he has the talent. That's why I have him in.
That being said, I have no idea what Bubba's going to do this year. He's felt like pretty inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
Ross, haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
But you look at Ross's season last year, and it didn't look good. But if you look at his average running position, it was so high. He got caught up in so many other people's bullshit that he got a 28th place. Like, oh, that sucks. But he was in the lead with 3 to go and got wrecked because Larson went low and took him out or something stupid. Did he put himself in some bad positions? Probably.
I hope you know Joe is actively rubbing himself to this.
Yeah, probably. But he had a lot of speed.
If he has any left.
He was up front a lot more often than he was previously. Obviously when he made it to the Final Four, had a banger of a year, and then it was like,
yeah.
But he had a really good run last year.
It's hard when you make it to the Final Four and finish second in the Final Four for the next year. Anything other than a championship will be a letdown.
Kyle, make a change for me real quick.
Nope, too late.
I'm Hail Marrying it, dude. I'm taking out Chastain. I'm putting in Suarez, dude.
Nope, locked in.
I'm being different.
I'll give it to you.
You're going to give it to him?
I'm being different, dude. I'm all on board for Daniel Suarez this year.
That also gives you and I a mulligan and another opportunity.
Well, before
like
the
that.
Daytona 500.
No,
Yeah, I did. I changed my pick 30 seconds.
He did this
after I
last
told
year
you.
too.
that was not 30 seconds. That was at least 4 minutes.
All right.
He
You
did
guys,
this-
I will, starting a timer, 4 minutes, change your picks.
I'm pretty sure it was longer than 4 minutes, but that's fine.
I'll give you 6.
That's a
I'm
deal.
pretty sure he also did this last year too.
Yeah. No. It's Norm's show. We're just
No, because
we're just on it.
I think I gave you like an extra name last year. I think was the problem.
Oh, he can't count. So
It's not his fault. He can't read.
I can count my race wins though.
All right,
boys.
so race picks. If you change your mind within, we'll make it 5. Within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You get one
We got a
mulligan.
mulligan.
Race picks.
Oh yeah.
You want to
These-
do race picks too? All right.
No, that's ours. You've
No,
already
you
used yours.
used yours
This is
because
for
you
us.
changed it. Now we get one each.
Yeah, but this isn't a race pick. This is a playoff pick, which means nothing.
It does. It's worth points.
We gave points last year for playoff picks.
What points?
10.
Didn't we add points in?
Yeah.
We added like a win or we.
But ours all matched last year, so it didn't mean shit.
Oh, true.
I don't remember this having any.
Yeah, I say if you win playoff picks, you get an extra 10 points.
Plus 10. Yeah.
All right.
It's
this
like-
year that's okay because we're gonna have
We're going to be doing
1,000
the
by
points.
the end of the year.
Yeah.
All right, we doing rookie of the year picks as well.
Yeah. There's 2.
We have
And
a 50% chance.
Last year
Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
last year was fun because we had 3 rookies, so we each took one.
Yeah. I was gonna be different, go with Riley Herbst just because
SVG all day.
I think SVG is just gonna have those couple of bright moments, but Riley Herbst is he's a proven winner.
Doesn't matter.
on at least 2 tracks.
SVG's going to win. SVG's
So you're
not-
gonna take Herbst?
Yeah.
Okay.
SVG, please.
I mean, maybe his average running position is going to be higher than SVG's,
I
but
think
SVG's probably going to pop off at least a road course win. I
Yeah.
will be shocked
Right,
if he
but
doesn't.
It has to be before the playoffs for him to lock in rookie of the year. Otherwise, if
No.
Riley Herbst outpoints him and SVG wins after the playoffs start, it's not a guaranteed rookie of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
If you get a win,
You
it's
win,
guaranteed.
you're gonna get it.
No, because the only reason why that's affected it in the past because the playoffs is Cole Custer won that one year and it put him in the playoffs, so therefore he finished 16th in points. That's why he won rookie of the year that year. SVG, I want him to win. I don't know if he's gonna.
Okay, we'll see. We shall see. Cool. So we got our picks in. We got the
Final 4.
Oh, we're gonna do a Final Four pick. Okay, I like that.
That was my thought. I thought that would what we would. I think we did that last year.
Yep. I think so. Plus 10. Rookie of the year, I guess.
That's not we. 2 of us will end up getting the same. If like SVG wins, that's
Yeah.
for fun. I think it was cool last year when we each had a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy for that.
I got a guy for that.
All right, we'll make Final Four. Final Four predictions. Norm, go ahead.
He's gonna win the championship. Alex Bowman.
You got Bowman going all the way to the Final 4.
He's gonna win the championship, dude.
Okay.
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 Tyler Reddick.
Okay.
YRB. Mr. Young Money himself, Kyle Larson.
Okay. Daniel.
I went very safe on mine. Larson, Blaney, Bell, and I think a certain somebody has a little bit of a resurgence this year. Chase Elliott.
See, I called him last year.
Yeah. Pretty much the same Final Four as the last like 5 years, but there's that one person that gets interchanged.
Did you have C. Bell in there?
Yeah. I have Larson, Blaney, Bell, and Chase.
Oof. Larson, definitely. Blaney, definitely.
Just go full chaos, like Cindric, Busher, SVG, and Briscoe.
Just go like all one team.
Yeah.
Me, Bell, and Hamlin.
So would you have Bell, Denny?
Blaney, Larson.
That's a solid lineup as long as Denny gets his heart broken again.
Yeah.
That's all I care about, baby.
Who you got for the champ?
Oh, we're going that far?
I'm going Bowman, dude. That dude lit on fire at the end of last year, dude.
He really did.
He's bringing it to this year.
I like it. I hope that happens.
Same.
I
I'm
pray to
all-
everything that is holy.
5 car to the front.
Okay.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Honestly, can I make my pick anyone but Penske? Because I'm kind of tired of this shit. Just anybody but a Penske car.
Let's go Team Chaos. Give me Denny Hamlin.
No. You're just playing with fans. You're trying to get Levi to like you.
He just thinks he's going to have so many race picks, these points don't matter now.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
So let's lay down the points for this. Playoff picks, the most,
Gets
10.
whoever gets the most right in playoff picks gets 10 points.
What if we tie?
We have to Rochambeau for it.
I'd say split it.
Yeah, okay. Fine with that. If there's a tie, just split the points.
Tie splits. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to write these down.
Yep.
And then say all 3 of us get 8 people, whatever it is, then just 3 apiece.
Just wash it.
Yeah.
And
Or-
at that
or-
point, we just wash it.
Yeah, we just wash it.
If
Yeah.
2 people tie, you split it. If all
Yeah.
3 of us tie, wash it.
and
That
rookie
makes
of the
no
year,
sense. That's just
obviously,
for fun.
I
it's a
think rookie of the year, we
50%,
shouldn't even bother.
if anything, 5 points.
I think we
nothing
shouldn't.
game-changing.
I don't think we should bother because that's an advantage for you. If you win, you get 5 points. If SVG wins, we both get 2.5 points. None of me and him cannot get 5 points.
I would say 5 points per.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So even if SVG wins, we both get 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I can work with that.
Okay.
Because it's not a lot
It's
to
not a lot.
affect
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But I agree. You shouldn't get 2.5 points. And then champion,
10.
you want to do 10?
If you guess the champ, 10.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
And that's not a closest. That's you have to get it.
Yeah, you have to get it.
Yeah.
If Denny Hamlin wins, I get the plus 10.
Yeah. But if Christopher Bell wins
Oh.
and none of us picked him,
Final 4, do we do points with that?
whoever gets the most right.
Most 5.
Yeah, 5 points.
Whoever guesses the most gets 5 points. Whoever guesses, if anyone, guesses the champ, 10.
And if
Okay.
there's a tie, 5 each.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because we're all pretty close with the final 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man.
A lot of math.
All in on Bowman. 48, baby.
To the front, baby.
Got the hat on right now,
Dude,
ready to rock. I'm wearing this hat all
I
weekend.
thought Bowman was going to win the championship last year until the Roval.
Yeah, we don't talk about that weekend.
Until the ride home from the Roval, I was all on board.
It wasn't even the ride home. It was when we were at dinner.
Yeah.
Where did we go to dinner that night?
The place with Weston. We went
Oh,
to
hell yeah. That place was good.
Yeah.
That place was awesome.
Yeah.
The place after wasn't.
No.
The place after was
No,
awesome.
don't go to Eden's.
The place after the after
That
was
dude
awesome.
was-
The bar where my
Oh.
nose exploded.
when Dan looks like he was doing drugs in the bathroom,
Dude, I don't
I was like, bruh,
I still don't know what happened that night.
you're
But
doing drugs in the bathroom.
no, it wasn't. It was that damn house and the freaking
No, it wasn't.
the air vents that were black.
Levi in
cocaine,
the
which
chat.
was
Love you, brother. Yeah, Dan kept talking about all the snow this weekend. He was actually in
Yeah.
Florida.
You would know if that was a thing.
I'd be so mad at you if I wasn't invited. I'd be so mad at you. All right,
Oh,
so
there it
that's
is.
it.
There's
Lock
Levi.
it in. Levi, all aboard the train, baby. 11 to the front.
Blanca, we are
Woo!
we are never doing bingo again. I still have the rant from Kyle in the Austin airport.
I'm so mad.
I have a video on my phone just pointed at the ground, and all you can hear is you. But fucking what the hell? Stupid bingo. We're never even doing this again. This is so dumb. They're changing the.
Yep. And we never did it again. We never spoke of it again.
I hate it, bingo.
I hate you.
I kind of did too. Like it was fun for a minute, and then I was like, "This is so dumb."
Keeping track of it was a pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
I think I was off to an immediate halt with that because that wasn't on my bingo card. That's one of those sayings that just like irks me.
Oh, you know, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like there's a couple that pop up all the time, like Kyle's OG Daytona 5. That was one of those things every time.
How many
I
times
heard
are we going to bring that up?
Every time
Forever,
I heard that, it
forever.
was nails on a chalkboard, and
I'm
then
also
it was
happy we've broken him of.
changing of the guard.
It was Mach 3 too. Talking about Mark 3s, he had that.
That bothered me. At
Oh,
nothing.
that bothers me a lot. You've said it a couple times in the
'Cause
first
I
couple
do
episodes.
not care about Volkswagen vernacular.
I had a train of thought and it's gone. Levi, I
Choo-choo.
know I'm last on your list and I don't care. Suck it, nerd. Denny's never winning anything. Except this lawsuit. It'd be cool if he won the lawsuit.
He might win the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that? We're way past news now.
What?
So you missed, someone tagged you in it on Discord earlier, but you don't look at Discord ever. I was like, what was it the other day?
I was on it for like hours yesterday.
You don't, what was it the other day? You're
But
like,
it wasn't
Jesus
really
fucking
news.
Christ.
It was like hypothetical. They might think
Yeah,
about
NASCAR.
it.
Too busy doing
thinking about-
everything else.
NASCAR thinking about selling.
Yeah, I'm not even giving
Oh,
that.
okay. No, there was, what the hell were we all watching the other day? And you were like, man, Discord's dead in here. And we were like, bro, we've been in here for hours.
When did I say that?
When was that? It was in race day chat. It wasn't during the Super Bowl.
I don't recall.
When I asked if it was becoming Super Bowl chat for the night?
No, it was before that, like days before that. What the hell were we? That's going to bother
You're
me.
going to call me out. You better be
I know.
correct.
I do.
Yeah, bring
If I-
receipts
It's really
next
annoying.
time.
I really don't want to scroll all the way back, but there was something going on that we were all talking about in race day chat, and you were watching it too, and then you popped in and you're like, man, it's kind of dead in here. And we were like, dude, what are you talking about?
Don't remember saying that at all.
I don't remember exactly. It was something like that. I'll have to look at that, though.
Definitely didn't.
And I can definitely always tell when you go to sleep. You were in there last night, and then all of a sudden Kyle's just gone.
No, I paused to do dishes, so I was behind.
Gotcha.
Cool. Let's answer some questions
the
before
worst.
I kill everybody in here.
That's the worst, though, with Discord is when you figure out that you have a delay. I think Levi was watching on Tubi last night, the Super Bowl. He was a solid, 10 seconds ahead of me. So there was
Tubi
a couple,
was ahead. That's weird.
yeah, there was a couple times where he was like, oh, what a catch. And I'm like,
What were you watching on?
it's cable, Fox.
Really?
Well, I wanted to make sure I got the commercials.
True. Yeah.
I really wanted to make sure, because I heard people saying that Tubi wasn't getting all the commercials.
No,
And
because
some
they
of
have
the
their own.
apps and some of the streaming stuff wasn't getting the commercials.
YouTube was a broadcast, so YouTube is usually a few seconds behind, which
So
it was.
I've noticed with cable, it used to never be like this. Streaming was always behind. The last couple of years, I don't know what the hell's going on, but when we watch NBC races, or no, what was it? It was the freaking Rolex. When we were watching the Rolex, I was like 4 minutes behind everybody, even though I was on Peacock. I ended up exiting out to see if NBC was better. I was still way behind, then went back to Peacock, and something must have got screwed up with the streaming, and it must have put me way back. But when we watched the end of the year last year during the playoffs, I can't look at Discord during the race because I'm 40 seconds behind people that are streaming.
That's so bizarre.
On cable, which cable was always top of the heap,
Yeah.
but apparently not anymore. Apparently now, and it seems worse with NBC than it is with Fox.
Huh.
Fox, there's a delay, but not as bad. NBC, I was 2 laps behind everybody.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. All right, check the people in the chat. Feel free to fire up any questions. Obviously, a little shorter episode today because not a lot happened beforehand, and we're just getting ready.
Did you see what was going on in the Discord in our questions?
No, because I don't open it.
Kyle wasn't there.
True.
Remember?
No, they blew this up the other day, in the middle of the day. My phone was going nuts, and my watch was going nuts. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I wanted to give a shout out as much as he irks me. Average Joe came up with a cool idea. He was posting videos of laps, onboards, but with no video, and they were all trying to guess the racetrack.
I did see that.
It was actually really cool. I was
Yeah.
like, that was, but they were doing it and apparently everyone was bored at work I think this was on maybe Friday. I don't know. It was in the middle of the afternoon, and I'm like, what is going on? And I look in there, and I was like, oh, that's actually a really cool idea. I thought it was, so I wanted to give
Well,
him
that's
some kudos.
when I think it was Stuart Haas for a while was showing their chassis dyno,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Guess what track we're testing for?" I was like, "How is anyone going to guess this?"
The drivers had to guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just the car sitting there bouncing on the chassis dyno. And you're
I like the ones where they blindfold them
Bumpy
and make
tracks? I
them feel
don't
the
know.
outline of the track.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have they done that with NASCAR? I know I've seen them do it with F1 guys.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah. The Hendrick guys were doing it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, it's one of the media day things.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what we got in the old Instagram. We got a couple in here. We got Jet Daily.
Oh, good.
Stacking nickels.
It's because
bitches.
they're no longer making pennies.
Oh,
Trump
fair.
ordered them to stop making pennies.
Got it.
Makes sense. It was
mean,
costing them 2 cents to make 1 penny or something
I
like that.
hate the penny.
We got a new person in the old Instagram. So follow us.
Fresh
fairly
meat?
recent. jsteven.brooks. My kind of crazy prediction is that Noah will get his first win at either Dega or Daytona.
I hope so, even though I don't have him in the playoffs.
I would almost think I'd see Noah win somewhere else first,
Hold on.
like a Dover or Bristol.
I don't care where it is.
Yeah. Our race picks for Daytona are all guys we didn't have making the playoffs. I love it.
Yep. It's called strategy. Look it up.
Okay. One of us.
I'm just trying to curse Kyle Busch.
Someone's going to win. Let's say I win with Noah. I'm like, yeah, crap.
Well, that's ruined. I mean, I think that it's not crazy at all.
No. not at all.
Front row is called front row now for a reason. Not before, but now they love the front row and they qualify extremely well. So it's not unrealistic to think he'd be up at the front.
Didn't Noah end up taking most of his team with him too?
He got Blicky. I don't know if he got a whole bunch of other guys from this.
Yeah, they
I
took a
thought I
lot of
heard
the same guys.
Yeah, from what I read somewhere, most of the 4 team went over to front row. So
10.
or 10 team went over to front row.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was.
That's confusing, right?
I don't like that. What sucks is that he took a Stuart Haas number and it still looks the fucking same.
Does.
Yeah, their fonts have always been really close.
Yeah.
Sam Valley 95 with a couple going to Universal Studios next week. Any recommendations to do or any tips for the park?
Velocicoaster, Velocicoaster, Velocicoaster.
That's all you need to do, brother. I promise you that.
Velocicoaster and
Diagon Alley, dude.
and the Harry Potter. Oh my God, losing my mind here.
Hagrid's,
Hagrid's
motorcycle ride. That
Yeah,
one's fun.
that one's
The
fun.
Hulk is incredible.
Hulk's good.
Get yourself a butterbeer for
Butterbeer's
sure.
delicious.
Frozen butterbeer
If you
creme
want
on
a
it.
pro tip before you go in the park, go over to Margaritaville. There's a little tiki hut right in front of it.
Kyle, what's at the Tiki Hut?
Loaded land sharks.
No, what's at the Tiki Hut?
Nothing right now. It's
the
getting
actual
painted.
plane that
Oh,
got
it's
shot
gone?
at.
It's been gone for 2 years.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't there
Yeah,
when
it's
we went
getting
last year. You're
repainted
right.
and rebuilt. It's going to be back in May, I think he said.
Yeah,
The plane?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
That was
repainting.
there last year.
Was not.
It wasn't. I remember it now.
It's been gone for 2 years.
I feel like I looked right at it.
It'll be back in May.
Kyle.
It's called the Hemisphere Dancer, by the way.
Kyle visited his favorite place, the Hot Dog Hall of Fame.
Yeah, let me finish my statement. Go to the Tiki Hut, order yourself a loaded land shark. Thank me later.
You already made that statement.
I didn't finish.
Finish by just repeating the same statement.
So were they mad at you at the Hot Dog Hall of Fame when you didn't chew?
Nah. Hot Dog Hall of Fame is just Nathan's hot dogs.
It
That's
is,
all
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, with a bunch, and can't you get like a bunch of different,
They're okay.
like Chicago dog?
That
and-
the Mexican place that we went to for dinner,
yes,
really good.
yeah, that place
Yeah.
was good.
Your
was good.
your birthday, your
Was it
birthday
my
dinner.
That was your birthday dinner.
They
This
sang Happy
Saturday.
Birthday to
Hey,
you.
let's go there again for my birthday this year.
Sold.
Yeah,
tickets.
I mean you
Yeah.
can't go wrong no
I'll
matter
go
what.
on Southwest right now.
He also says, looking forward to hopefully meeting you down in Daytona, Kyle. Hey, send me a message.
I wouldn't.
We'll
look
link up.
for- It's not. It's underwhelming.
Super underwhelming.
About 30 seconds of paradise.
But you're guaranteed a Busch Light and
It was
then-
paradise for 30 seconds,
but then you're
Dan.
guaranteed-
Thanks.
But then you have to deal with him crying
That's the 30 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, but the video will last a lifetime.
while you're waiting for the Uber. He just doesn't shut up. He's so emotional.
I don't shut up. Dan Walker says someone doesn't shut up.
This is all hypothetical, Kyle. It's not real. Well, I'm sure it is actually.
Dan must have still had the ball gag in. That's why he couldn't talk.
And you're. I'm not. Nope. Nope.
It's made out of used socks.
Something about balls and gagging and that.
Jesus
I hate
Christ.
you people. I hate you people.
L98 Jake, what take for granted thing are you most looking forward to this season?
Come again?
I'm guessing something you take for granted by the end of the season.
The season.
Yeah, having
The
cars
whole-
on track.
The whole thing. Because there will be a point, couple months into the season, where we're coming down here for the 18th Monday in a row, and I'm going to be like, ugh, I don't want to go down there.
Actually having cars to talk about. Yeah.
But then come Thanksgiving, I'm going to be like, God damn it, I miss it. Like
Mhm.
You know what
every
thing-
year.
You know what thing I've taken for granted, but I'm now going to miss this year?
They make a medicine for granted, and you've taken it?
What's the saying? Taken for granted, right?
Yes, I'm kidding.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Take
It
for
sounded
granted.
weird when I said
No,
it. I
you're right.
understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
But my second favorite driver having a full-time career.
Yep.
Definitely I'm going to miss that this year.
Yep. Same.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah, it's 100% though. Like there are times in the middle of the season when it feels like, and we don't do shit compared to the people that actually work in NASCAR, but there are times when this kind of feels like a grind.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
You know what I mean? We're not traveling to every
I
fucking.
wish. But then I
wish-
also don't wish at
That's
the
what I
same
mean.
time. Yeah.
There's
Yeah, but if we could do it the way we have been doing it, I'd be okay with it.
yes,
I would just hate to be one of those guys that like, I need to be here. I need to be at this press conference. I need to be there. I need to be there. Like if we could literally just be like influencers walking around the track, like that's the dream.
Yeah.
Rather than like,
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to be
I
Bob
work
Bacris.
for Trackhouse and I need to see every second of Daniel Suarez's day.
Need a
follow
new
him
new
around.
Belcher bomb every 5
I've
seconds.
got-
Like
yeah,
I
I've
don't
got-
want to do that.
You leave the race weekend with 14 gigs of 10-second clips on your phone, and you make one reel out of it,
Like I don't know what
or you
Brad's
make one social media clip out of it.
like I don't know what Brad Perez's day job is entirely, but like every time we've seen him at the track, he's having a good time.
That one time at Pocono, he wasn't having a good time.
That is actually what I do, by the way.
That's why I stopped myself from
Yeah.
finishing it, because I knew you
Anal?
were going to be
What?
like, that's what I do. I know.
Take 1,000 clips to make one reel.
No, but I'm saying, like, he was talking about the teams, like social media people. They do what you do times fucking 40.
Mm-hmm.
They're following every second.
Yeah.
And then it turns out with one clip, you
Right.
know, and it's like, that's a lot of work. But what I was saying is this show itself, like what we do is nothing compared to what actual, the crew guys, the team people, but even this at times.
If they paid me to do it, I would.
Even this at times feels like a grind. There are Mondays when I have
it's a big commitment.
zero interest in driving down here.
Everybody else that does this, it's a hobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for us, it's like, this is exhausting.
No.
Like Corey LaJoy, like Parker Kligerman, all these drivers that have them, they're like, I just felt like it'd be fun to talk about NASCAR for a couple hours.
None of them have day jobs. Like, I was up at 5 this morning, and then, like, there are days when I'll have a, like, miserable day at work, and the thought of having to get in the car and drive down here sucks. Yeah. But then, like you said, taking it for granted, come the middle of November, middle of December, or even January, I'm like, man, I really miss talking about race cars on track. Like, so yeah, I take the season for granted a lot of the time.
Yeah, for sure. Ronan H21 with a stupid question. How many pairs of jorts do I need for June? The answer is 1. That's it.
No, you need more than that, especially if it's hot.
I stand by my 1 statement.
Yeah, you just smell like
Bring
balls.
one.
Smell like balls.
Bring 1, and we'll cut like a couple inches off a day.
So it's a new pair.
By Sunday, they're short keenies. They're jean keenie.
Assless chaps
Ass
by Sunday.
Chaps by Sunday. Yeah, Kyle, I still don't know how you do that. For someone who is so clean OCD, that freaks me out. Like, I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
That's denim. Meant to be worn multiple days.
Bro,
Denim.
Bro, that soaks the ball sweat up. And it's sweaty.
I don't sweat that bad.
Pants are the only thing
But I prepare. I put like the ball sweat, like lotion stuff on after I shower.
Oh.
What is it? I think it's Ballsy is the brand.
Jergens?
No, it's Balls. I believe it's called Ballsy, the brand.
I've heard of what you're talking about, yeah.
Works mint.
I'm intrigued with Pocono this year to see weather-wise, because when we went for the doubleheader that was in June.
I'm also usually 2 to 3 pairs of underwear a day.
Okay, that helps.
I constantly change
that
them.
helps.
Big time.
Kyle gets excited at the races.
1 pair of shorts, 19 pairs of underwear.
Yeah, I was going to say shorts, pants, those are probably the only thing I can wear more than once.
Same. I wear shorts, like, I'll wear multiple
but even
days.
still, like, shorts or pants, like, you're at the track, it's hot. You're like, oh, man, I'm sweating my ass off. I sit down, now you're sitting in sweat. It's like those you can't wear again.
Yeah, that's me packing for vacation. How long you gone? 5 days. How many pairs of underwear did you pack? 19. All of them in case I shit myself.
Yeah, that's me.
Have I ever?
No.
No. Could I?
100%. If I'm gone for 5 days, I got 12 pairs of underwear, probably 10 pairs of socks.
This is me packing for a long weekend. Okay, underwear for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And in case I shit myself.
In case I
shit myself. In case I, like, fall into sick.
I 2 a day for underwear and socks, 2 a day. Jeans, 3-4 days.
Socks, I feel like I pack, like,
I feel that.
10 pairs of socks for
Same
a 3-day
with socks.
weekend.
Yeah.
Always go through them. By the end of the weekend, it's like, how am I out of fucking socks?
When we did Daytona last year, by the end of the weekend, I was like, I swear to God, I brought enough socks. But apparently, I decided to change them 4 times a fucking day at the beginning of the week.
When we go to like Pocono, is like I'll have socks in the morning, and then by late morning, early afternoon, I'm in Crocs with no socks.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's like, all right, well, I'm going to put shoes back on, and it's like new pair of socks and the shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 a day. Downriver Diecast with a pair. Oh, this is easy. We've done this 1,000 times. Any out-of-town restaurants you wish you could bring near you?
Wawa.
Yep.
Buc-ee's,
Waffle House.
Buc-ee's, Waffle House, Wawa.
Waffle House. I've still never had In-N-Outs.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't in Austin with us.
No.
Cane's.
In-N-Outs. I think In-N-Outs
I haven't
overrated.
had Cane's yet, so I'd like to try that.
In-N-Out is very good. I really enjoy it. It's overhyped.
It's overhyped. That's more what
Not
I meant.
overrated. Overhyped.
In-N-Out is, when we had it in Utah for the first time, Steph said it perfectly. She goes, I wouldn't go out of my way to get this, but if it was a normal, like, you know, when you go into a town, like when we go into Manchester, there's 2nd Street. Every fast food place is on that road.
Yeah.
If there was an In-N-Out there, she's like, I would choose it over everything else.
Right.
But she goes, I wouldn't go out of my way, go drive 2 hours to go get it.
I would probably go about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Tops.
It's good.
If there was like a line, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, it's good, but the hype is way too
It's
high.
way overhyped.
If
yeah.
there was one an hour away, I would drive that hour once
to try it. Yes.
Whataburger.
Like I did that.
Never had Whataburger.
that.
Whataburger is way better.
Carl's Jr. also looks bomb.
Weren't we going to go to one in Austin and we just didn't?
Yeah, because those idiots were like, we go In-N-Out. We got vetoed for In-N-Out.
Oh,
when I was
right.
like, when I kept saying Whataburger is better, because it is, fight me.
And that In-N-Out wasn't even good. Like, I remember it not being great.
No, that
We
one
gotta bring
we
Kyle
we
to
got
Cracker Barrel
hosed.
too.
Yeah, we got to bring him to a Cracker Barrel.
Oh man, I've tried so many times.
There's one in New Hampshire, right off exit 4. Like
Yeah,
when you
Derry.
drive by it on the way to the track.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's one not far from me. Oh, I guess it's decently far. Down by the Rentham outlets there.
Yeah.
It's like 40, 45
We
minutes.
got vetoed.
I've tried 3 times.
We tried to bring you in Daytona last
Let's
year, and everybody
do-
vetoed it, and we went to
Let's
Golden
plan.
Corral.
That was
Looks like
awful.
the first Saturday night race of the year,
Hell yeah.
and we'll get together. We'll go to a Cracker Barrel and then go to Kyle's for the race or something.
Or, yeah, whatever. If he's coming up here, he can come to, like,
Yeah,
Come to my
we
house
can
or
meet him
something.
in Derry or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Make reservations or something because every time I've tried to go, it's like a
the
2-hour
one
wait.
in-
love
the one in
Cracker
the
Barrel.
one in Londonderry is not busy.
Yeah. Downriver Diecast. What is the one race or track you got to go to before you die? Nürburgring for me.
Uh,
I mean, Daytona 500, so I checked that off. So any day now,
Check.
please.
Spite me. Spite me. Anything in the world?
I want to see the track Nürburgring for sure.
Yes, same.
God, I would love to run a lap, dude.
I've
Yeah.
done most of
die.
I've done most of my like NASCAR. I mean, I did Bristol Night Race. I've done the Daytona 500. Maybe Coke 600 if we're staying NASCAR.
Yeah, we went to Charlotte though, so I feel like I got a bit of it.
Outside of NASCAR, Monaco Grand Prix, but I need to be like a really expensive hotel room that has a balcony that overlooks
Yeah.
the track. Like that's what I want. Maybe Le Mans, 24 hours. Like go,
Ooh, yeah.
or the Nürburgring. No, take all that back. Bathurst 1000.
Yeah.
I want to camp on the side of the track. I want them to have to enforce that beer rule where you can only bring like 50 liters a day. Like,
Fight me.
fight me. Like, Bathurst 1000 would be sick.
I thought this was America.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's upside down America. Yeah, Bathurst 1000, 24 hours Le Mans, and Monaco would
Yeah.
probably be my like podium of.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not a
Dream.
huge traveler, so I'll just go in the U.S., Bristol, and Indy.
Yeah, Bristol Night Races. Something.
Yeah,
it's,
for
it's
sure.
a
And I don't,
different.
I don't even
animal.
care like what race.
Yeah,
Like I just want to go to both of those.
Yeah,
Indy-
let's see the
Indy's-
facility for sure.
Indy's an unreal. I mean, we went to Daytona. We had nothing but incredible things to say about
Yeah.
Daytona. The infield at Indy is.
And it's been 20 years
It's-
since you've been.
I was last there. Yeah, I was last there in 03. Was the last time I was there.
I want to go there, but I don't know if I want to go there with Dan.
Why?
Because the second we go to that infield, he's gonna be like, "So we're gonna spend 14 hours at the golf course."
No, I'll just leave you alone like I did last year in Florida.
Isn't there only like 3 holes in there?
Yeah, most of the golf courses outside. You go in the track. I think there's 3
I
or
would-
4, and then you go back out.
I would train for a year to play on that golf course.
I would too.
I would,
Yeah,
I
you
would learn.
Sail one into
I
the
would
track.
learn how to golf to play on that.
Last
golf
year
course.
at Indy 500, I didn't realize. I always thought because when we went for F1, because the track is in the infield, it was closed. Last year during like qualifying for the Indy 500, they
they were
showed
playing
people
during
playing
qualifying,
During
yeah.
qualifying, I was like, that's so fucking sick, dude.
That is a prestigious club. I'm sure they're part of to do that.
Probably, yeah. No, but the infield, like the museum in Indy, is
Dude.
insane.
Who was it? Chase Holden.
Yeah.
His Indy 500 museum
Yeah,
video
it's
was
in
freaking
the
hilarious.
museum is nuts. Like the pagoda's cool, gasoline alley's awesome. And again, I'm talking from 20 years ago. I'm sure it's even better now. You know,
Yeah.
Indy's a beauty. Like when I went there, the dirt track wasn't even there. Now they got that dirt track in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this last week, like Coke 600 or Indy 500. As a general admitting fan for the Indy 500, I don't know if I'm ready for that
Yeah,
because that's a little too much for
it's a lot of
shoulder
people.
to
It's a
shoulder.
lot of people.
But I would love to go to that track.
Yep.
All right, Pepper cuts grass with a pair. Just want to say this on record right now. Connor Zilic, 2025 Xfinity champion.
That's a
tall task.
That's lofty.
You couldn't even win the ARCA title, dude.
I know. Who do we got? Like, what's Xfinity look like this year? Obviously, we got Allgaier. I'm thinking like for hitters.
Dude, Shelly bangers to the front.
Sheldon's there. Allgaier.
Sam Mayer still.
Zilic is going to be a problem.
Quapple, he's going to be good.
Quapple will be good at the short tracks.
Zilic, I don't.
Quapple was good
People
at-
are really high on
Dover?
Zilic. Like he's still got to learn a lot of those tracks
Yeah. I mean, he did win his first race, but
on a road course.
They
that's what I mean.
announced
Road courses
today,
are going to be.
Jeffrey doing a part-time sketch.
Oh, I missed that.
You got Harrison Burton in the AM, Balicki in DGM.
I'm just saying for who's like a.
feel like
What are
we
we looking
saw-
at for a championship battle? Probably.
There's an announcement today for somebody at SHR too. Maybe it was just Jeffrey Earnhardt I'm thinking of.
people that could do it.
God, I wish Ryan Truex got that.
Jesse
Same.
Love,
Yeah, Jesse.
Oh
Love's
yeah,
gonna
we
be
still got
good.
Jesse Love and Hill.
Carson
They haven't
Quapple.
changed.
Austin Hill.
Sam Mayer, Shelley,
Christian Eckes.
SVG's gone, so now
colleague. It's hard to bet on colleague.
now we have to look forward to who gets the Hill rivalry this year because SVG is gone. So now we get to hopefully that happens again this year because he's bound to piss somebody off.
God,
Sheldon
him
Creed.
and Sam Mayer.
Ah,
Like, dude, just punching bag each other, please.
yeah. Can the meteor hit now?
Just trade hits.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
I'm still mad at Sam Mayer for the iRacing thing. He was a joke.
No, that was Sammy Smith.
Or that was Sammy Smith.
Smith,
You're right.
yeah.
That was Sammy Smith.
Yeah.
I don't like two Sams on the same team.
That's why they traded one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Super fan.
I keep
Mayer.
forgetting that Mayer's gone.
and did we get anything in the chat? Did we? See
We got
anything?
one from
No.
Blocka earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys see any drivers winning 5 or more races this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Because didn't Logano end up with more than 5 last year?
No.
No, 3.
Larson had 5.
Larson did. You're
Yep.
right.
5 or 6, Larson.
Who
Yeah.
else? I think that's it, though.
I mean, I could see Larson doing that. I could see Byron doing that.
Larson, Blaney, Byron
will win.
Chase,
Byron will
obviously
win all.
Bowman.
Byron will win all 5 before St. Patrick's Day and then disappear.
Right. There's
Yeah, that tracks.
easily going to be one guy that goes into the playoffs with 3 wins, and he could bang out 2 in the playoffs, no
Yep.
problem.
Larson will probably win.
Seabell.
Larson will probably do what he always does. He'll win 7 races, but then he'll also have 8 DNFs.
Mm-hmm.
What he does.
Checkers of records, baby.
What he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, one person, definitely. More than one, that'd be tough.
Yeah. I mean, obviously a 36 race season, you get 2 people pop off more than a third.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that'd be a lot. But yeah, I don't think 5's unachievable at all.
I wanted to
No,
give.
I think
it's fairly
we've
common.
consistently seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, since Next Gen's come out, I mean, obviously, I think there's been somebody with over 5 every year.
I mean, is somebody ever going to do what Larson did in 21? Probably not.
No.
But
Probably
next gen era, 5-6 is totally feasible.
That's doable, 100%.
You only
Yeah.
need one to win the championship, though.
Yeah. And Bowman's going to get it.
Yeah,
all
he's
matters.
going to win a bunch before that. It's
Yeah.
this year.
Love it. I
Love
love
it.
that. I love the confidence.
I'm here for it.
I am too.
I love Bowman.
I hope Norm's right.
Bowman's.
I don't want to listen to his insufferable.
A Totosos?
I was going to say S in his own D, but I'll go with patting himself on the back.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's one and the same.
I don't mind.
It's because that's where it's located.
See,
Doctors still don't have a term
are
for
you
it.
tucking? I'd be fine with it because I want to see Bowman succeed.
100%.
I'm here for it.
100%. Right there for it.
And then you guys can suck my seed. Boom!
No thanks.
Wow,
Sunflower seeds, dude. They're delicious. Daisies? You ever had them?
good save.
Daisy sunflower seeds?
Is that
Yeah,
who it
that's
is?
the brand. That's
that's
the
the big
that's the
brand,
OG.
isn't
That's
it?
the little league. Like that's the brand name is
Yeah,
Daisy.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
called
be like-
Daisy.
I'm gonna be like John Voight and Holes.
That's the
dude.
red and white package.
Yeah,
of
I mean-
sunflower
I mean,
seeds.
I-
They're Daisy sunflower seeds.
Oh. Good to know.
I never actually chewed on them. I would just like get
For-
all the salt.
For
They're
years.
David, you
Oh,
fucking idiot.
David, fuck
David?
you.
I was like, what are you talking about?
he-
Daisies. I'm like,
he was
what?
so
It's his
confident.
sister, bro. She was a witch.
Fucking daisies.
he was
It's
so-
daisies. That's what we've been eating since fucking preschool, you idiot. Oh, or it's David's, you fucking moron.
he was so confident that he even convinced me.
Oh my.
All right, dude.
Yeah. To end
Daisy
this,
is actually the BB gun company.
Yeah, Daisy Red Rider, dude.
shoot your
You
eye
can
out,
suck
kid.
that seed.
yeah, it's by Daisy, the seeds that
Yeah,
she
you're gonna-
makes.
No, that's because he suck started a BB gun once. What?
I'm gonna suck
I'm
start my
gonna work
truck
my
so I can
way
get
up.
away from you idiots. Oh man. All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm done. Kyle Belcher. I hate this place.
No, you don't.
Before we sign off, go over to loosesfast.mystropify.com. Get yourself some merch for this upcoming season.
Oh my God, Daytona's this week.
We will post our race picks. Comment on it. Tell us what your pick is.
Engage with our shit because it helps.
Yeah, just make a comment and be like, Norm, you're an idiot.
Honestly,
Or Kyle, you're an idiot.
Bowman's gonna
just engaging. I mean, I'm an idiot. That's
They don't
implied.
have to.
They don't
yeah.
have to comment that. That's
Dan,
implied.
thumbs up. Keep going, big fella. We're proud of you.
You're doing great, buddy.
Yeah. Just tell us who you think's going to win and why.
If we post stuff on Twitter, give it a heart, give it a retweet. There's nothing worse than posting something and nothing happens.
Yeah, just tell us we're dumb.
It makes us feel better.
Likes are fine, but comments are way cooler because then it gives us a reason to write something back to you.
You know what's even cooler? Go subscribe to the YouTube.
I mean, I don't know if it's that's that much cooler, but I like comments. Comments are
Hey,
fun.
you ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
If peeing
Yeah.
your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
That's gross.
That's gross.
Yeah.
But I knew a guy. Him and her got it on.
No, they didn't.
No,
they
you
didn't.
didn't.
But you can imagine what it would be like, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get on the
Who
bus
would
now.
eat 40 bagged lunches?
Everybody on
That
the
damn
bus.
Sasquatch.
Everybody on the bus. Good, great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus.
Oh,
Go.
follow us everywhere at
LoosesFast_pod on Instagram and X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it now. And the Looses Fast podcast on the old YouTubes.
Yes.
Come join us on YouTube. Harass us in the chat while we're doing this.
I promise it'll get better when there's actually race car stuff to talk about.
Yeah, this has been. Oh, this is our last non.
Yeah, and this one was insufferable. I might kill you both.
This is our non-last race car
Do
episode
it.
till November.
Well, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
even Easter, the Cup Series is off, but I think
That's Rockingham.
that's Rockingham weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm Kyle Belcher,
Dan Walker.
Non Peltier.
and we'll catch you after Daytona.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Waterboy. She showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Sing what?